What are you into, Jesten?
I'm just into
Geeks! You don't get to do that.
Don't
even say.
It was such a good start.
You're just
so
gonna
ready.
You're gonna leave a pause and just be dead silence. Geeks!
Geeks!
Hello and welcome to Geeks, the world's #1 entertainment podcast recorded in this room. I'm your host, Al White. I don't like fake milks. I once ate a whole jar of English mustard to impress a girl, and inspired by last week's National Siblings Day, I'm now lobbying for a National Loner Day. Because I'm an only child. That day just made me cry. Joining me today for a very special podcast, Amazing Grace, Nate Hertz.
He has risen from the dead.
He's alive!
So for the last... regular listeners may remember a couple of weeks ago we declared Nate dead. And last week we had funeral arrangements, so we were getting... I ordered a wreath. Mm-hmm. Amazon did priority delivery on it.
Yeah. Don't you wait 2 weeks before you rise?
Yeah.
He's
Well, he's only sort of with us.
I had booked the catering. Actually, Katie was going to do the catering for the wedding.
You didn't stray far.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
We're kind of just weekend at Bernie him. And
perfect.
Bernie is him. Also with me today, the whistleblower, Alexander Chard. Well, I like how you brought that back for the mic. You don't want to peak levels. Warhorse, Jesten Mariconda.
Wait, did we do it at the same
I
time?
think we did. I was going woo like
Yeah, because I thought I made that sound, but then I was like, wait, that didn't come out of my mouth.
I haven't even got through introducing everybody. All right,
okay.
Sorry.
Our last podcast
started.
was 2.5 hours long. We need to reel this back a little bit.
Sorry.
And a very special guest today, the other Berlin girl, Crystal Cooper.
Hey, y'all!
What was that noise? It's like a Star Destroyer just like powering down. Hey, Crystal.
Hi, how you doing?
Thank you so much for joining us.
No, thank you for having me.
So, if people aren't watching the podcast, that's great. But you can go to YouTube, type in We Are Tesla, it will pop up, subscribe to us, and then you can see us and Crystal in your cool Wolverine X-Men t-shirt.
Yeah.
Oh, you got Cyclops and Storm on there too.
Yes.
Oh, it's the ones that...
Yeah,
Yeah, the good one. Yeah.
I love that theme tune from the 90s one. It's awesome. Crystal, for people who don't know who you are, do you want to explain a little bit? We're going to do your 5 things in a minute. Just explain a little bit who you are and like why you're here.
I am an actress. My name is Crystal Cooper. I have done quite a few national commercials and body doubling, and I'm basically like Hollywood's bikini model. And
Me too.
They're pigeonholing me. You two are the
there you go. Yeah, I mean, I'm one of them, I guess.
Call it competition.
And then I was the body for Lara Croft for.
What?
Yeah.
Damn.
So
Right,
they
it's a
scanned my
Tomb
body
Raider.
for the most recent video game. So that was super exciting for me, and I've been kind of on a high ever since it's happened, even though it was like 3 years ago. But it takes them so long to animate my body. I mean,
Yeah. So you met Alex at a casting.
yeah. We went to a Dunkin' Donuts casting.
Dunkin'
Was it at
Nice.
AHC?
It was at AHC.
Yeah.
No, because I think it might have gone. Was it roller skates?
No.
We were going snowboarding, I think, to start.
Yes. Yeah.
And before we got in the van to go to the mountains, I brought a little donuts to the party.
Hey.
That's just like you. That's what you would do.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I said, "Hey, Chris, do you want a donut?" And
No, fuck off. I'm here with my boyfriend. This is awkward.
exactly.
No, I'm like super obsessed with Dunkin' Donuts, like weirdly obsessed with Dunkin'
That's right, I
Donuts.
remember
In real life or
yes,
in...
in real life,
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever had a Dunkin' Donut.
It's not about
I've
the
never
donuts.
had a
it's
Dunkin'
The coffee?
It's the coffee.
what I've
The
heard.
coffee is divine. Yeah.
All right, gotta try
Yeah.
that.
Allison's standing right behind. She's just nodding. Yeah. It's about
I gotta dispute that shit. That coffee's watery as fuck.
No. I'm
Well,
fine.
I mean, if you're doing it at home
I'm
yourself,
sorry, I don't mean to assault the guest here, but that coffee is watery.
this
And
entire,
I wanted that
this entire
spot.
podcast.
At
would become-
least it's not burnt like Starbucks.
Oh, hey,
Shots have been
I don't defend
fired.
Starbucks. I do not defend their coffee.
I'm a personal, tea guy. So
So yeah, can I just add that while we were waiting to go in for our casting, I think we started talking about things that you get asked in auditions. And Crystal told me was it like the guy before you at the previous, at
Yeah.
the first audition had talked about video games? And
Yeah.
you were like, well, actually, and she dropped the Tomb Raider bomb.
Yes.
And I lost my mind. And I started asking all these questions. Then I was like, hey, I'm on a podcast. Do you want to join the podcast? I can ask you these questions. Wait, maybe I should save these questions so we can ask you on the podcast.
I don't want to give it all
I
away.
don't want to give it away. If you get a card, good. Okay, you can't do it. Like, this is legit. I really have a podcast. And here we are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here we
You
are.
sound like a crazy person.
Yeah, I was excited.
Just a little bit. No.
Yeah, I'm actually, if he came up to me and was like, I got a podcast, I'd be like, yeah, I don't want any part of that.
Would it
But
be,
then
would
what if
it-
I was like, you are the number one bikini model in Hollywood. Get on the podcast.
Would it be fair? To be fair, because you came out and you told me about this. I was like, cool. Let's invite her on the podcast. And then it took us a while to get around it. You sent an email. You never replied to it. This was like a fucking month ago, lady. And you're here now, and you're in public. What do you have to say?
Shame.
I am terrible.
No, all right. I'll take that.
You should have contacted me on Twitter. I'm very
Yeah,
quick.
you should have gone on
I'm
Instagram.
quick. I'm not on
Should have
Instagram.
gone through Instagram, man.
The old Instagram technique.
Yeah.
So
Inside
Crystal,
joke,
do you
sorry.
want to tell us a little bit about your experience then, as what they did, like how they hired you, what it
Oh
was
my
like
gosh! Well,
standing still on spinning wheels.
So many weird stories, to be honest. It was a really long process for the auditions. We went in several times and did different poses, and I just kept talking about how much I was a fan of the character and her development, and just who she was as a person, such a strong but yet feminine person, and that's kind of who I embody as a normal human being. And so that was something that they like really stuck with, is that I was so excited about working for the project. It was 3 weeks, of auditioning, and then finally when they called me and said that I had booked the job, they said that they liked my wrinkle ratio, which I thought was so interesting. And I was like, wait, what does that mean? And they said, well, most models your age have gotten Botox by now, so they can't move their faces in certain directions. So we get Laura's actual life experience that she's gone through. So I thought that was really interesting, and I didn't know how to
Terrifying
take
as
it
well.
as a compliment or not, but I booked the job, so I guess it was a
You
compliment.
can show expressions.
I
They weren't
I
like,
can move my
but
face.
and also
Yay!
they weren't like, we booked you because you're really wrinkly. They were like, they liked the ratio, which is like
Right.
small wrinkle to
Right.
larger face area.
Right, there we go.
That is
Yes.
the ratio of wrinkles to face, correct?
You have expressions. But,
And Nate's a
I would go with them
mathematician.
like, oh, your
Right.
skin's good for
Geometry.
expressing.
Yeah, there we go.
But they just went for it.
Yeah,
At least they're
yeah.
honest, Start off with
Yeah,
honesty.
it was
build
wonderful.
the empire.
So what was the actual process then? Like when you get in there, like what do you have to do?
I mean, it was literally just posing for 3 weeks straight. We went in.
3 weeks.
Yes.
Now, are you in one of those full body suits with all the things on them?
Not
Sorry, that
for
was a terrible description.
no
Full body.
not,
Yeah, whatever.
not in the motion capture suit.
That's what I mean.
During the audition process, we just went in and put on different outfits. They had like 5 or 6 different outfits that they wanted body scans of, and so we did that, and then several times, and call back, and then then when they booked us, and then we did. I did do the mocap suit, but it wasn't for. They used Camille Luddington instead of me for that. So, which she has a bigger following, so that's fine. But
Let's get her.
yeah, it was really interesting. And then even I think the best part of it was when we shot it. They put like all the dirt and like mud and everything on it.
Really?
And when they were like, "Oh yeah, well we have a shower if you want to like wash all this off," I'm like, "No, I'm going out like this. I just want to show the world what I just did."
Yeah.
So I like went home and took a couple pictures of myself in the mirror, and it was really
Real
awesome.
sad.
And
Like we just put in
kind
a
of
shower.
They're like, dang it, it's a cool shower we installed over here. See it?
It's got 3 power settings. Fuck's
You're
sake.
like,
man.
we can show you
Yeah.
new shower heads.
yeah. So
And so your work then just consisted of them taking photographs of you the whole time, or
yeah,
Like, how
so
does it
so we would I would stand on a platform which slowly rotated around in a circle. I'm saying slowly because it took about 10 minutes per rotation. And I'd have to hold the pose for that amount of time and like one leg up in the air and like, you know, whatever. And while they slowly put like a laser light show on me, basically. Yeah, it was literally like every single inch of my body was covered in a laser light show, and I had to hold the pose, and then they would rotate me around. So
interesting.
Yeah, it was.
This is like something they use with Kinect, isn't it? Because it projects like these laser dots out,
Right,
so it can
right.
scan, but way more
depth.
sophisticated.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah, so
Nice.
it was really fun. Probably one of the hardest shoots because of holding the pose
Yeah, I
for
can imagine.
that amount
What
of time.
happened? Like, what did you have points where you just I can't literally
Oh no.
hold this?
Nope.
She's a
You just-
professional.
She's a professional, man.
Professional poser.
Did you?
I
did
try
you have
as
to do
hard
any
as I
poses
can.
with the bow and arrow, or with the bow?
Not with the bow and arrow, but it was basically like
Pretend.
as if I was holding it.
Nice.
Cool.
Nice.
Yeah. No, we didn't have props in it, which I thought was very strange.
That is
Right,
interesting.
just wanted a clean
Yeah.
slate.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did
Head to toe.
did they give much direction for this stuff, or was it?
Oh
Really
yeah.
just,
There was specific poses and like every inch of where like my hand had to be 6 inches from my thigh, and I
Right.
had to like specifically hold a pose exactly the way they needed me to. So
Wow.
yeah, it was pretty interesting.
Cool. So did it make you? Because you're saying like you do mostly regular acting. I don't
Right.
know what to call it, but did it make you want to do more mocap stuff? Or?
Absolutely. I am so excited, actually. One of the people that works with the Tomb Raider has moved on to another project, and he had said that hopefully in the future we'll be working together. So
Awesome.
we'll see. I would love to do more mocap. I just want to work. I'm just happy to work. I just want everything. One thing that I'm like really big on is like just growing as a person and doing things that are outside of comfort zones. So
So that's why you're here now? Or?
absolutely. Definitely. I definitely am here for that. Yeah. Anything new is fun, I think.
It's an adventure.
Adventure, exactly.
We've been talking
The
about
spirit of
mocap
Lara Croft.
a little bit the last few weeks because one of our friends, January, was just here. Like she went for an audition and that was her first mocap experience, and then
Right.
we're just working with a mocap company down the road to do some casting for us for our film and stuff. So we're getting more of an idea of what that world is. Yeah, it's just really interesting. I've always known about it from a fan of games and
Right.
watching making ofs, but to really kind of learn about the minutia stuff like that you'd never really see in a making of because they don't want to show people someone has to steal it for 10 minutes as we rotate them on a pizza. And then stuff Shannon was saying about how you interpret acting differently with physicality and a little bit more body movement because all the facial details aren't there necessarily quite as much, so you have to do a bit of theater acting rather than film acting and stuff.
Right.
It's really interesting,
Yeah.
I think.
So
Very
how did
interesting.
you feel? Did you play the game right away when it came out?
I did. They actually delivered it to me.
Oh,
I
nice.
got a figurine. I got a necklace. I got a journal. And the game, obviously. And I was right away. I couldn't wait. Just
Nice.
I have one
my
serious
nephew
question.
won't play the game, by the way.
What are you going to say?
He's very uncomfortable.
Can I,
I have a serious question. You want to go
Oh,
first?
sorry.
Yeah, maybe we should finish on the serious one.
Okay.
When you look at the figurine, does it bring back painful memories of that particular pose?
Is
that
it
you
in
had
a
to hold?
pose? Is it just one leg up?
No, you know what? It was such a great experience to be a part of it that I literally couldn't wait to. I think even doing the poses wasn't the hardest part about it. It was holding my big fat mouth from telling everyone that I was a part of this legacy. So yeah, I think.
Sorry. I'll go.
I just want to know when they gave you a copy of the game, what format did they give it to you on?
Well, it's the Xbox One
Oh, there
only.
you go. That was a correct answer.
Yeah.
I have one last question.
Yeah.
So, like, while you were playing the game, did you recognize yourself, kind of? Were you like,
It's
I kind of
so-
know
it's-
that movement that I did?
Oh yeah, absolutely. They released a bunch of photos of certain things, and it was really weird because I actually thought some of the stuff that they had sent me was me, and it was actually Camille Luddington or
Crazy.
one of the other people that they scanned. So it was really strange to see parts of my body that I thought were mine that weren't.
Whoa.
Yeah, it was really kind of
crazy.
crazy.
Can they do stuff so like if they scan your body, just matching it with other movements anyway? So it can be bits where it's kind of
Right,
both
yeah.
together and stuff, yeah.
So
Yeah.
you guys are chimeras, essentially.
Yeah.
Just pieced together. You guys don't know what chimeras are? They're like, you know,
Well,
yeah,
and the
but,
crazy thing
hybrid
is
things. Yeah.
they actually, I signed a waiver for my scan throughout all of the universe. So if they release something in Mars, they can use that image.
Huh.
Yeah.
So
I've got
that
one of
was
those contracts
very
before. Those contracts
strange.
are crazy.
Oh my gosh,
it
I
says
was
in
looking
the
at it and
Yeah,
I
it
was
says
like,
like we can use it all throughout the universe.
Yeah.
I've signed contracts like that. And you're
yeah,
like,
and it's like,
That's
Oh,
ridiculous.
I
in
don't-
case they want to send it to
at least give me an extra $100 for that. Come on. For all of time and eternity and throughout the universe. Okay, sure. Let me just give that to you.
That pose looks familiar.
Cool. Well, thank you for sharing. We'll,
Yeah.
we'll come back because we might pick up on mocap a little bit later on in the podcast.
Sure.
Guys, very quickly, because I don't want the intro to drag on too long. How's your week been? Nate, we haven't seen you for a few weeks. Other than dying and coming back to life, what have you been up to?
He's alive.
He's alive.
well, Al, I'm engaged. I'm an engaged man.
True.
Hey, that's right.
Congratulations.
Applaud. Thank you. And then shortly after,
Some fans are crying right now, so you should be really sensitive about this.
I'm sorry, Irma. I still think you're my number one fan. Next to my fiance. And did a little short film, actually quite a long short film out in Texas, like right after. So yeah, that's why I've been away. I haven't died.
You just stole my equipment and disappeared and then came back.
No, I wouldn't call it stealing
That's basically
because
what
I had warned you months in advance,
It's informed stealing.
multiple times. Yeah, Al very generously lent us
No,
some
it wasn't
amazing
live.
gear.
It was one
No,
of those things.
Al. Let me tell you about how generous you were by lending us this gear.
It was one of those things
Did
of
he
like,
lend you a lot of gear?
It was quite a bit, actually.
Substantial.
It was, huge. It was a big deal.
And is everything accounted for?
Well, there was one little.
did you know about this?
this
Don't
is
bring it
why-
up. man.
Okay,
Don't
I won't bring it up.
Don't bring it up. It's fine.
Something broke.
I'm going to tell you something.
But it's being taken care of.
But is
Sure
it though? Is it though?
He's alive.
Alex,
Hey Al, how you
how's your
going?
week, man?
Yeah, good. So last week I shot my first national SAG commercial for
Nice.
Tide.
Yay.
Thank you.
Good job.
Keep an eye out for that. I am playing a slightly sloppy, messy husband. Wasn't too much of a stretch creatively. Who's not very environmentally conscious. His wife's putting the recycling in the bin, and I'm just shooting stuff in and like celebrating when I'm getting it in the bin, and she's going.
As you should.
But no, it was a great shoot. It was really fun. In between that, been working on the short film, which is in pre-production, and went up to San Francisco a couple times.
Just for shits and giggles.
Shits and giggles, yeah, to visit. Bethany actually had a work conference, and we just took it as an opportunity to visit some chums.
Nice.
Yeah, it was great. It was really good. A couple of our friends have bought this like big property out across the Golden Gate Bridge, like in some part of the Bay Area, in the woods, and it's cool.
I like in Sausalito.
Yeah.
That's exactly where I broke my arms, right there,
Yeah.
in those woods.
Yeah.
Did you go to Namagaji?
No, I didn't. I was only up there like I was in and out.
You went to In and Out.
I
Don't
did go
go
to
to
In and Out.
In and Out in San Fran is so good.
Do you want to hear a story about In and Out? Actually,
How long is it?
Super quick. I was driving up the 5. In and Outs everywhere.
There's so many In and Outs on the 5.
Yeah.
By the way.
So I've been since the new year been very conscious about what I eat for sort of health reasons and environmental ethical reasons, or whatever. And just trying to, lower my impact. So I watch what I eat, but every now and again I like to indulge.
Sure, you do.
Go up the 5, pull off the freeway, message Bethany. Should I go to Popeyes or should I go to In and Out? She says, do both. I did both.
Did you really do both?
Jesus.
I
Christ.
sat in a Popeyes by myself, ate 2 pieces of spicy fried chicken, then I
Damn.
got in my car, drove across the road into the In-N-Out drive-thru, got a double animal style with chilies and grilled onions, fries, and an Arnold Palmer. And I ate it in my car, and then I drove off. And 20 minutes later, I was so drowsy, I had to pull over and have a nap for 20 minutes.
Really?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
That's my story, and that's my week. Thank you, out.
Jesten, before we get to you, so each week you tilt your microphone up. And when I correct it, you say it's because you like to have good posture
I've been
when
sitting
you're doing
up
a
like
podcast.
this, and then
But this is the thing, you don't.
I do,
You
man.
tilt it up, and then you just slouch right down so people can't hear you.
Is this better if I talk like this?
How's your week been, Jesten?
Oh, no, I'm feeling pretty down now. Yeah, it just kind of becomes like a blur, you know? I went to a concert. The Operators, it's the singer from Wolf Parade. He has like this other band.
Everyone has to have a second band nowadays.
Yeah,
don't they? What's that about?
Different types of music. You just want to play different styles or whatever. I don't know.
David Bowie used to just do that. Every album was a different style.
Yeah, but you know,
What you're doing is making twice as much trouble for your marketing and your PR and your fan base build.
maybe,
Yeah,
but
and you're feeding this problem, Jesten.
no, I get it because it's a completely different style from with the other members. If you're in a collaborative band, you have like say 6 people in the band or whatever, it's really hard to go a different route because you have to collectively be like, yeah, let's all do this.
Nah, you just do what the singer says.
Yeah, it's really.
That's a good band.
And then I did some
Terrible.
catering. I helped Katie with some catering stuff.
did?
For Al's wake. For Al's wake. Nate's wake.
I'm
Wait a
not
second,
dead
what?
yet.
I'm not dead.
What?
What?
Yeah, just was a server there. Just it was super mellow. It was the baby's first birthday. It was cool. Really nice house. Rode my motorcycle a lot. That's kind of what I do. It was raining.
Rained for like 4 days this week in
Yeah,
LA.
so I basically went jet skiing.
What?
Yeah, on my
But
motorcycle.
with wheels.
There you
Oh,
go.
with wheels. I've actually grown to like it.
Please be careful.
Yeah, I'm getting my tire changed, but now the rain's stopping.
Serious.
I know, but you just said it in a way that was funny.
I
Please
saw
be
friends
careful.
play. It was up. What the heck is it called? I don't know. It's like up north above where
Now,
the
you
one.
saw it
what's
play?
it? Yeah, I saw it play. It was a Alice in Wonderland CSI style. So like
Oh my god.
Oh, God.
King of Hearts died or
Only
like was
in LA.
murdered, and then it was a comedy. It was really funny.
Oh, that's cool.
It had kids and stuff. It was like a family thing, but they used a lot of really good theme music. So they used X-Files theme. They used Sherlock. All that.
There's this little voice in the background of the podcast to anyone listening, just moaning about
grandma.
Jeez.
Jesus.
I mean, it was a rendition, man. You know.
God.
That's cool. You had a cool week.
It was just, adventurous and not as exciting as In-N-Out, Popeyes, or getting married in Texas and mocap life. And
Not as exciting as a bang bang.
I'm just going to slouch
Exactly.
It had a bang
That's
bang.
exactly what it
Again,
was.
my
It was a
mocap
bang
was
bang.
2 years
Yeah, it was a
ago.
lunch fucking
2 or
bang bang.
more years ago.
now. It's
Fucking
classical.
cool.
Now we're just 4 people talking.
I do. Yeah.
I heard about this awesome new bar that I might want to check out, the Reserve Cocktail Club. Don't know if you heard about it.
Nope.
You should check it out.
Yeah. It's pretty
No, I'm
amazing.
busy. Oh, damn it. I was going to say we should go. Al, how has your week been, geeks?
Phil, it's too late to rescue this podcast. It's gone. Yeah, it's been fine. We've just been working on pre-production, going into casting, going to locations. I'm going in a couple of days to South Dakota, via a couple of places to check out locations and stuff for a couple of weeks. So I'll be out for the next couple
Yes,
of podcasts.
nice.
I might do one remotely, or you guys
know
might
the
take over or
ones.
something. And we're excited also to announce that we're going to be starting up a Games of Thrones podcast. It's official now, Nate. It's going to be hosted by Nate,
Your name's on the
a
list.
new friend Adrian, maybe Jesten,
Hey.
Are you going to join?
Chardos?
I don't watch it.
and it's going to be up
Do you
every.
want to join?
Oh, Crystal wants it.
Special
Yes,
guest.
definitely.
But this is going to go up. So every week, when does Game of Thrones come out?
Sundays.
Sunday.
So every Sunday after the show goes up, it will be recorded immediately, and then it will go up online that night. So it will be spoiler cast, come loads of spoilers, and it'll go up straight away. And that'll be every Sunday till the end of this season. And that's our first new branch off of the Geek Podcast.
Nice.
We had some very good meetings this week, didn't we? We had a massive meeting, a lunch meeting, went for hours, and we talked through a lot of stuff. Alex missed it.
I was doing a bang bang.
Doing the bang bang.
Was that mid bang bang?
Yeah, probably.
Dude, we were banging hard. We got
Are you
like
familiar with the bang
fries.
bang?
I do not know what the bang bang
Okay,
is.
I'm sorry.
I mean,
Yeah, I don't
I mean,
Summarize
maybe.
for the listeners who don't know what a bang bang. Invented by Louis C.K. It's where you have one full meal and then another full meal right after that.
Okay.
So it's like if you go out to a
understand.
diner and you're like,
way off of what I thought.
yeah, okay, sorry. Yeah, it's like if you go to a diner, you get a grill
You can
like
adapt
a
it
Reuben with
for whatever
fries,
you
and
need,
then you're like,
Crystal.
oh, that was great. What would go well with that dinner in
Right.
terms of another dinner? And you'd be like
Right.
Chinese food or curry.
You
Or
got to
whatever.
balance it out.
So
that happens
Popeyes,
all
in
the
and
time.
out.
Yes.
And then you go home and cry into your meat sweats.
Just pull off the freeway and take a nap.
Yeah.
Or have a heart attack.
Let's start the podcast.
Right.
Like we do every week with Jesten's Blowdown. Jesten. Yeah, it's now Jesten's Blowdown.
He died.
Yeah.
This used to be Nate's Blowdown. Jesten's right.
Look at his face. Can you see that at home, folks?
Look
Look
I'll
at his
describe
face.
So his face is like a, just a light red. I would say.
You've been away for
It's a
too long.
little blushing.
Guess what, man?
Little
When you
blushy.
go away for too long, people just keep evolving. Things move on
It's
without
kind
you.
of like a pink lemon. It's an orange, red.
Jesten,
Gotta-
Number one.
you're going to illuminate us with the games news of the week.
Games news of the week.
How many pieces do we have?
We got Lucky 7.
Number one.
Titanfall 2. Teaser trailer for the new game from Respawn was just released. It contains swords, jungle, mysteriousness, robots. The actual trailer will be fully released June 12th.
So, Jesten, you're big because we saw this today.
Yeah.
You're a big time. You're all excited. You nearly wet yourself.
Yeah.
Look at him go.
Doggy.
So excited to just robots. You got robots, you got
Sure.
jetpacks.
Yeah.
You got spacemans.
What else you
Oh,
got?
Women's
yeah.
too. You can be a space
you
woman. Yeah,
Get
they
into that.
It's like a fast-paced but still strategic shooting first-person game.
So when this game, because this game was made up, so this is by Respawn, who
Yeah.
used to be the best people in Infinity Ward, who invented Call of Duty.
Yeah.
And they did Call of Duty 4, and then they
Call of Duty just tried to copy them with jetpack soldiers.
yeah, they did.
Let's be real.
And then a few years ago, they got into a real rut and ran off and created their own new company and made Titanfall. And when the first one came out, it was really heralded as the first proper next, this generation game, showing off Xbox One. And the first one was just Xbox One, wasn't it? It wasn't multi-platform.
Yeah, it was just
and PC.
There was no campaign really that had like a story, but it was really just
Online multiplayer.
online.
But it really was. They did what they'd done with Call of Duty. They really evolved it to a whole different space.
Yeah,
it was incredible.
It was freaking awesome, man. It's really fast paced, which it's a shooting game. You don't want to be like trying to find someone for like 20 minutes and then they kill you twice and then they win. You're like, the fuck was that?
Well, I actually quite like that, but that's a different conversation. I like the
if
ones
I'm gonna
with
shoot
big
shit.
slow
I want it to be
maps,
like
but-
bam, explosions, and then you jump in a robot and it throws out like smoke, and you're like, where the fuck am I? Oh, here's a lightning fist. Bam, you're dead. That's what
Paints
I'm
a
about.
picture, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yes, it does.
And then you can eject out, and then you eject down, and shit blows up. And you're like, you thought you killed me, but you dead now, son.
It is. It really did.
Yeah.
Like, it was so fluid. I loved
Yeah.
this game, but I didn't play it much afterwards because I didn't have a group to play it with. But it was weird because this game seemed so hyped, so kind of revered, and then it came out and it seemed to just disappear quite quickly.
it was the same stuff over and over, and then you kind of lose interest, and then you're like, I'm just gonna
Plus-
play NHL 2015 or whatever came out at that
I
time.
think there was a problem for.
2K, yeah.
I think there was a problem for these online multiplayer only games coming out at the beginning of a console generation. Of the user base isn't there. You need all your friends to be there to play that all the time. And
Yeah.
when you haven't got that many people yet playing, comparatively playing something, you need the story to keep people going. So I think that's where they suffered. But it looks like this one will have a story.
It had a good run. I think they made back money. It was profitable, clearly, because they're making a second one. And it was kind of just I feel like they just wanted to be out there, and they just wanted to test the waters. And they did a really good job creating their own world. And, Call of Duty initially bit off of it because it was so good. And playing Call of Duty, you just go, wait.
Yeah, it's
fucking
nowhere near.
Titanfall.
It's nowhere
like,
near
where
as
the
good as
fuck's
Titanfall. the Call
And
of
so
Duty.
I think the second one, hopefully, I don't know shit about it. I'm going to talk as if I do. It'll have like a storyline maybe or something more, involving.
Yeah, if they can just take what they did with Titanfall 1, just polish it up a little
You've
bit
got
more.
a sword
and-
now, though, so that's
Yep.
dope.
Yeah, I just want some new locations and the story. That's it. And I think it'll be one of the biggest games around. I really do.
Game of the year potential.
Oh, yeah.
There you go, fellas.
NBA 2017.
Online multiplayer could be game of the year.
Oh, okay. Big call. Big call.
Big call.
Number two.
Number
Gears of War 4. I love
Yeah.
just how that just rolls off the tongue. The trailer hit this week, featuring a cover of Sound of Silence by David Raymond of the band Disturbed. The game's
That's his actual
release
name.
date, it's the guy from Disturbed, the one with the album where it has like the dude with
the guy's bald.
Yeah, the guy's the
singer's bald.
Yeah. The game's release date has also been announced for October 11th. The trailer is pretty cool. I don't know if you guys
really
caught that.
cool.
Yeah,
have a laptop
it's
around
pretty much. I'm drawing a blank on the main guy's name with the band.
Marcus Phoenix.
I was gonna say Marcus, but I met a Marcus yesterday, and I was like, maybe that's not the main character's name, but it's his son, right? Yeah.
Yeah. So this game's about his son. I'll be honest, 'cause we talked about this before, and this game used to be so big that you could take all of the exclusive titles coming out on the PlayStation 3, and all of their cumulative sales wouldn't outsell Gears of War when it came out that year.
Suckers.
That's how fucking big
Suckers.
Gears of War was. But now it's been a few years, and there was a game which wasn't made by Gearbox, and now this one's not made by Gearbox either because they're doing something else.
Games of War.
But it. Sorry, am I thinking Gearbox? Oh no, I'm getting it wrong. Sorry. Better. There hasn't been a game like people haven't been as excited about a Gears of War game in a long time, and I was really interested. Can they get the excitement back? Is this going to be as big a deal as it used to be? This trailer with the news that they did recently of this whole game is horror themed and over 24 hours, and they're restricting how many people can play in co-op because they want people to feel the fear. They don't want it to become
if you're
like
running through
fun.
the trees at night and that shit's chasing you, that's gonna be insane.
It looks awesome.
Yeah.
And this trailer's beautiful. It's done like because they did for the first Gears of War they had a trailer with Mad World, that song.
It kind of reminds me. I don't know if you saw. I mean, I'm pretty sure everyone has played Dead Island, but do you remember when the first trailer came out and it was like this girl?
Yeah, of course.
It kind of reminds me
That
of
music's
that.
incredible.
Yeah.
That was
She
Charles,
like
someone.
falls
I used to
like
have
the
that.
window and stuff.
But no, this legitimately has me now very excited to Gears of War
Yeah.
because this trailer looks fucking great and the tone of it was great and it's all.
But can it scale to its
Predecessor?
former heights?
Yeah, I that's the thing. I'm thinking I think it's actually might be the best from the looks of what we're seeing. I think it's going to be one of the best, if not the best, Gears of War game. I really do. I think they got some great hooks in there. Like there's a whole environmental thing of you're in the middle of this crazy storm for these 24 hours that the game takes place over. And I just want more games. We talk about it quite a bit. I want more games to take place over 24 hours.
Mm-hmm.
Take place over one suspended amount of time that you really have to get involved with the characters and feel like you're on a proper journey rather than just globe hopping and time hopping and character hopping and all that shit. I just want like an intense time. All the hippity hops. Yeah, so I'm genuinely really excited. Whether or not people will see that and embrace it, I don't know. But for me, this is exactly how they get me back on board.
Number
then-
3.
Doom. The closed beta just finished, but there's an open beta for Doom's multiplayer hitting this weekend. Words are so crazy. It'll feature 6v6 team deathmatch and a warpath on maps Heatwave and Infernal.
Is that a tricky one? Is Infernal difficult?
No. I was looking at Heatwave when I was reading Infernal, and I was going to say, you don't even want to know. Only one demon will be available, which is Revenant. Which is the Revenant.
It's Leonardo DiCaprio.
Or the bear.
You got to eat as many fish as you can.
It begins on April 15th at 12 a.m. Eastern Standard Time and runs until midnight Eastern Standard Time on April.
What's the giggle?
You can preload from April 12th.
And it runs till when? You just said it runs until April.
No, I said
April 12th.
Yeah,
No.
17th.
April 17th.
17th.
No.
You didn't say the 17th.
No, I said April 17th.
No, you said April. Then you
no,
started
no.
laughing
Yeah,
like a
it's
child
April
in
17th.
a strip club. Whenever I take children to strip clubs, they just can't. They just kill themselves with laughter.
It's hilarious. Number 4.
Battle Boy.
Hang on. So a lot of people were playing Doom. Did you play the Doom beta?
No, but I was there for the Bethesda conference, and then I pretty much lived it, watching it.
I'm not that interested in the multiplayer with Doom, to be honest. I know that's what it was kind of made for in a weird way now.
Really?
Because this feels like Quake a lot. It's got the fast-paced, old-school feel back.
a lot
But
of
I'm more
smashing.
interested in what they do with the single player.
And
It
blood.
looks pretty cool.
Yeah, it's very pretty.
Yeah.
And they're just going back to the fun. They're not doing it as spooky. Like
Yeah,
Doom
it's
3.
just straight up Doom. Like the old Doom, you're just like, blah.
That's exactly what it is. It's like
All
a
right.
trumpet throwing up.
Number 4.
Battleborn! Battleborn! The new MOBA from Gearbox Software has announced that the Season Pass and Digital Deluxe Edition of the game are now available for pre-purchase for $75. I wanted to say cents, but $75 is the correct one. or you can wait and get the season pass separately for $25.
Oh.
Ooh.
The open beta has opened where people can... Really? The open beta has opened? That's what's written? All right. Where people
You write
can...
your own fucking news next time, man, because I quit.
Good lord.
No.
I say.
You know,
It's,
this is my time. We're hanging out this afternoon. We're all working. You're running around like a crazy puppy dog, showing us
Bloody
videos, making out with Izzy, making up new
Hey.
catchphrases, asking when you can play video games. I'm writing this shit. I'm doing the work.
The open beta...
All you have to do is read it.
I tried, man. I tried. The open beta is open where people can try out the episodic story mode and multiplayer modes. 25 heroes are available to play. 25.
What new catchphrases?
PS4 users who participated in the beta will get the first add-on DLC for free.
Oh.
And will unlock Alani once she becomes available in-game. They also get a hero unlock key to be used on any hero in the game. The game releases on PS4, Xbox One, PC on May 3rd. The game will require a constant internet connection to play. Yes, because it's a MOBA.
Yeah, but there's stuff you could...
Really?
So the main reason I actually put this one in, because Battleborn is yet to see how great it's going to be. I don't know. But the main reason I put this in, because there's such a minutiae of shit in terms of, you can buy this one, or you can buy this version. If you're playing it on this, then you get this. But then you also get this thing when this thing opens, if you have that key. And you have to, like, there's so many fucking hoops. And
Yeah.
it's just pissing me off with this stuff now. It's like, there's so many, which store you buy it from, which console you buy it from, do you pre-order it, did you purchase the season pass with the pre-order to get like XX, and it's like, I just want the game.
No matter how many turds you have, they still stink.
Yeah.
We need the Che Guevara
Even if you
of video
split them
games,
up.
uniting the consoles.
No, but I mean, is it just me? I just like, I just want to buy a video game. I want to know.
Yeah, I just
get
wanna-
what the
yeah.
people wanted me
Is
to
it
have.
the Candy
sense.
Crush Nation though?
What?
They're the Candy Crush Nation?
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
they
Everything's
made so much
piecemeal.
money off of, you have to unlock this level and that and this.
But only if you do it at
this is
Saturday
the
at
thing.
6 o'clock. Because if you
Right.
don't, then you just bought this other thing, which is for this level at this time.
But I don't mind. I don't really mind the microtransaction thing. I just don't like it when it's, particularly when it's stuff like here. You're talking about, like actual characters and stuff
Yeah.
like that. It's like, well, if it's just you get some stupid little hat or whatever, then
Right.
fine, cool, whatever. But when it's actual characters and pieces of your game, and like the last Assassin's Creed had paywalled actual story content of
Yeah.
the main story you're going through. It's like, you can't do this unless you buy this. And you're like, you fucking kidding me? I've just spent $60 or whatever on your game, and you're locking me out of content?
Yeah,
Right.
see, I don't like that. Yeah, that transition from like phone style games where it is about that kind of constant purchasing to kind of progress. I don't like that transitioning into console games.
Plus, it's fine if it's fucking free to play. Those
Yeah,
games are free
exactly,
to play, and then
Yeah.
you pay the extra microtransactions afterwards. If they
Yeah.
were giving me Battleborn, which maybe they are, am I speaking wrong? Maybe Battleborn's free, but I'm presuming it's not. No, it just said here it's not. It's $75
Yeah.
fucking dollars.
Crazy.
If they're making me pay for the game, I'm not going to pay
Yeah.
for microtransactions. It's not going to happen.
Right.
I hate that.
Screw you, Battleborn.
That's not being mean about it. I just think
like
it's just
you, Battleborn.
representing. Because to be fair, this is just a season pass and a thing, and that's kind of normal. But it's just a minutiae of conditions to it, which just pisses me off a little bit.
Number 5.
7 Days to Die. PC's survival game called 7 Days to Die was announced for console this week with a live-action trailer showing bloodied man in a snowy wilderness with a bow and arrow, hunting, exploring, setting barricades and traps, and then fending off hordes of zombies.
Was that you?
Wait,
did you do that?
are we seriously supposed to take you seriously?
Yeah, I was no. But I was doing
That
the
is a
Nate voice.
good question to ask
That
Jesten
was
at
a
any
good
point.
Nate. I was doing the Nate voice impression.
No, that was
when he
good.
does, yeah.
But there can only be one.
There can only be one. I can't do it anymore.
He sounds a bit Michael Caine, don't he?
Yeah. My name is Michael Kite. 7 Days to Die.
I'm sorry.
I
It's
like
a
to think-
podcast. We're
I
on a
like to
podcast.
think
It's available to download on June 2016 on Xbox One and PS4 and is published by Telltale.
Jesten, you're a PC guy.
Yeah, that game is a little bit of it. It's really awesome. It's visually stunning on a PC. I don't know what it'll be like on consoles, but
Equally stunning.
it's equally stunning. It's
More
fun.
so
If not
stunning.
better.
It's the I want to say it's a better version of DayZ and H1Z1. If you played those zombie types of game, this one is something you'll actually have a lot of fun playing with your friends and your homies. Just like
I don't have any friends, but I have homies.
cool.
Is that
Then
okay?
You will be set.
Number 6.
Can I just say really quickly, the live action trailer for that 7 Days to Die is worth watching. It's pretty
Yeah.
cool. It's pretty cool.
We watched it together. He held me.
We held hands. It was scary.
It was
Scary.
Plus they had snow and zombies, which are two of my favorite things.
two of my scariest things. Imagine being trapped in snow.
See,
And then
zombies in the snow
you think
don't
help's
scare me.
coming? Guess what?
No,
It's a
because
zombie.
this is the genius of zombies in the snow. And I'm talking traditional George Romero zombies,
Okay.
not fucking Danny Boyle running zombies.
Yeah,
But
no,
they're not
let it
zombies.
go.
They're just angry people, which is like
Don't they freeze in the
Wait,
snow?
wait.
Just people.
they're just people. They're literally angry people.
Point.
Wait, the point.
I like,
Okay.
to feel, I like to feel listening to this podcast just like listening to a soup of accents. No one can understand what the fuck is going on. No, what's great about what are we talking about even? Zombies. Danny
Your
Boyle.
point.
No.
We're talking about Danny Boyle.
The proper zombies are walking zombies.
Yeah.
In
Yeah.
the snow, they're still going to be walking at the same pace, but what snow does is it brings you down to the zombies' pace.
Oh.
So it's automatically more scary because it's harder for people to run through.
Yeah.
But
Okay,
Danny
okay,
Boyle
yeah.
zombies in the snow would be hilarious because there would be so much slippage. It would be
They'll be
ridiculous.
flipping about like kippers.
Yeah,
How
but they're
is zombies on ice not a thing? Like, I want to see
I'm
that.
sure it is.
Yeah,
I'm sure
it is,
zombies
yeah.
on ice. If
It
there's
is
fucking
now.
if we live in a world of Spider-Man
Exactly.
musicals, then we live in a world of zombies on ice.
You're right.
28 days later, the
On
winter
ice.
slide.
Is that a musical though?
day after the 28th day happened a year later.
I'm still waiting for the third part in that because that was meant to be a trilogy of movies. It was 28 days later, then 28 weeks later.
They made 28 months, didn't they?
No. They kept going into production and it never happened.
I was
And it's
playing
just really annoying because 28 weeks later is actually a really great movie, but
That's when
only
Emo Jim Poos was in it.
but only if you know there's going to be a third one. You know, it's one of those movies where this is great as long as there's a third one.
Yeah.
If there isn't,
Yeah.
it's kind of pointless.
It was.
I don't know. I saw that movie in like central London,
Was
and it was like
pointless.
it all takes place like it's all shot around central London. It
Yeah.
was terrifying walking home at night.
And we were looking around going, everyone's Robert Carlyle.
That's so funny how you took my fear and made a joke out of it. Let's move on to the next game item.
Number 6.
Dear Esther. Esther?
Esther.
Esther. I can't pronounce that name. Dear Esther is finally coming to PS4 and Xbox One after 4 years. They will get a new director's commentary. No release date has been announced, but it will come out during summer.
It was a really lovely game. Has anyone played Dear Esther?
No.
I feel like I've seen it before.
What's
Very-
the deal? What is it? What's the game?
It's one of those they call walking simulators now. It's like Gone Home, Disappearance of Ethan Carter, Journey to an extent, but a bit less. These are those kind of photorealistic worlds, and you wander around and they're very peaceful. And this one's on, I think it's an Irish island, and there's a voiceover as you pick up stuff that's very poetic. The voiceover pissed me off, to be honest, but the game's
you're picking up a stick there.
Oh, look at that.
was so stupid.
Oh, look at that. There's an ocean.
Al, we're killing Al. We need to move on.
Moving
Sorry.
on. Moving on.
No.
Ah.
I was going to ask Crystal a question.
Oh.
Please.
Okay.
God, that
I'm
would
not
be
going to
nice.
now.
Is it that time?
So
Question time.
you were telling me beforehand you like to play some video games, but you like to kind of break the rules and just fuck around and have fun.
Yeah, I don't like playing by the rules ever.
Does. Rules are made to
Yeah,
be
so like,
broken.
you know, I mean, combat games fun. Like, I like to beat up other people, but that's just because normally I can just I can push any button and it'll kind of work.
Yeah. There's a response to it.
Yeah, and I like kind of. Whenever I do like a driving or a racing game, I just
Crash into people?
I crash into people.
Burnout?
I crash into people, and that's kind of just my own fun. But I also like move the remote control with my arms.
Yeah.
Yep.
I do that too.
Yes, I am that typical girl,
just like
and
a
I
big
hate
chaos.
it.
No, guys do
but
that
no, I don't like rules. I don't like to play.
So do you like an open world game like a Grand Theft Auto or something where you can literally kind of do whatever you want to?
Yeah,
run
I mean,
around and
as long as I can push
steal
buttons
stuff
and play around and
Immediate response.
yes, immediate response games are wonderful.
You want
for
to play
me.
a video game like a band playing a gig. You want to do something and it gives you feedback immediately.
Yes.
You don't need to invest too much time or building shit up. Or,
Well, I mean that. At least that's like strategic moves and stuff like that, but I can't ever remember what button does what, so I just kind of end up pushing buttons and
Fair play.
and going with the flow.
Did you get through all of Rise of the Tomb Raider?
Huh?
It's a safe place. You can say if you didn't. Did you get through Rise of the Tomb Raider, like all of it in the end?
Yeah, no, I played a little bit. I didn't get far, but I keep playing.
I haven't even played it yet, so I'm sorry.
Yeah, I haven't played it either.
Well, I mean, I have the game, so you guys are
I
more
have
than
an
welcome
Xbox
to
One. Gonna
I
borrow
borrow it.
Bring it to Game of Thrones night.
Okay, perfect. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna lie, it might take me a while because I'll be Dark Souls 3.
We are, though, so I'm very excited. I've got it preloaded and ready to play right now. Yeah, we're going to do some Twitch nights as well at some point, so you should come around one time.
Yeah,
We'll do a
I would love to.
Rise of the Tomb Raider Twitch night.
Yes.
And we can see you panic
With
as you
the
press
Tomb
buttons.
Raider.
With the Tomb
With
Raider.
the Tomb Raider
With the Tomb
herself.
Raider
That
herself.
is cool.
Number
7.
Oh, it's kind of like,
That's a good
a
one. Can I
Queen
get it
cover
again?
band.
7.
Yeah. Fallout Quattro, also known as Fallout 4. Fallout 4's second DLC hits next week. Wasteland Workshop will be available on PS4, Xbox One, and PC on April 12th. It'll cost you $4.99, so under $5, if you didn't buy the season pass. The new pack extends settlement customizations, lets you collect enemies as trophies, pets, or Coliseum threats.
Oh, cool.
Freaking awesome! I'm
So,
excited
Jesten, you were
about
talking
that.
about this beforehand. You're kind of
What is
done
it?
with Fallout for a while because you're worried it's going to suck up too much of your life.
Yeah.
When are you going to go back then? What's the deal? Is the DLC going to suck you back in, or are you out?
It's sucking me in. It's sucking good.
All right. What's the
And
next news item?
Moving
No, the DLC is definitely like that. I could have trophies from people. Does that mean like I can have skulls like on my shelves or something?
Yeah, what does that mean?
Yeah, Al,
Do
tell
you
us.
know
Tell us
any-
now. Tell us now.
No, it's
Tell
not
us
out.
now.
I haven't played it.
But you're so wise.
No, they haven't really shown much of these stuff. They showed some trailers.
Did Mr.
I think
Bethesda
the
tell
whole
you?
point is, yeah, you can collect stuff to put on you. on the
Yeah, I
shelves.
played a little bit actually the other day, and then I was like, "What the hell was I doing? I don't remember."
That's the problem. Because I've gone back to it because I was loving it, and I just
Yeah.
had to stop because of some work stuff. And then when
Yeah.
I came back to it, I mean, it's not like The Witcher where you come back and like, fuck, I don't remember anything, and it's so complicated. At least Fallout you can just pick up and play.
I haven't dared go back to The Witcher because of that
It's such a
reason.
good game, but it's just terrifying.
yeah,
but- This, like, at least you can just play it. But yeah, I'm wandering around like, fuck, I was at a point in the story where everything was about it, kind of near the end of the story. I was like,
Yeah.
well, I at least want to finish the story, and then I'll be back into it enough to continue. And I couldn't find the thread I needed to finish the bit of the story I'm in.
yeah.
So I'm kind of frustrated.
I'm down somewhere by the airport beach. There's like a lot of dudes, and I shot a guy with my fat boy because he had one of those armor power suits, and
Sounds
he
wrong.
blew up. And then I went and I used my crowbar fist thing to punch a guy's head off, and
You got
yeah.
a crowbar?
I have 3 power suits.
Oh my god, that's
I
good.
have 4. They're
Thank
fully
you.
decked. Yeah. 'Cause I just killed a guy. I was like, thanks for the power suit, bitch.
I'm definitely going to go back. I want to go back and I want to finish the story before Bay Harbor comes out because that's the next piece of DLC. And they're doing these so quick. Like they're monthly right now. And the Bay Harbor one looks really cool because that's a whole different island to explore.
Oh, yeah,
and
that one
stuff.
does look cool.
And I really want to get the story done before that comes out.
Are you going to drop back into the world and, like, just land in it and just go, hello, boys?
Hello, boys!
What just happened?
I don't know.
I actually don't know where that came from.
I have no clue.
Hello!
Justin,
Okay,
is that
but-
the end of the game news?
That is the end of the game news.
Thank you.
You
I feel we
we
shouldn't
have
have to have a
Plecto
round of
over
applause just for getting through a fucking section of the podcast. But
I don't know. It felt like a
Look at this.
victory.
I'm nervous. I have to follow a big plate. Nate would come in.
well, now he's got to
slant,
follow you because
Listen,
Nate.
you're doing great, kid. You're doing great.
Nate, it's time for
You
the
think
second
maybe
part of your blowdown.
This is where it gets really blowy.
So this is movie
Right.
news. What's going on? How many pieces do we have for movie news?
We only have 6 pieces of news.
Woo!
All right, so
Yeah!
Leave the first one to last.
okay.
Woo!
Batman vs Superman may have had a I can't from this angle.
Sorry.
I can't. Thank you. Batman vs Superman may have had a huge opening weekend, but it also had a steep drop-off, steeper than usual, and looks on pace to produce a $278 million profit for Warner Brothers. According to a report from SNL Kagan analyst Wade Holden, this includes projected home video, TV, and March combined. That's the 278 number. Man of Steel ended up making an estimated $300 million for the studio.
Wow.
Well, looks like if you pit Batman versus Superman, the box office explosion is epic. It's big, but it's not kryptonite to the. Okay.
Wait, I guess when the dust settles,
Here we go. We're back on it. When the dust settles for the box office of Batman vs Superman.
Let it go.
it's okay.
It's okay. It's all right. It's okay.
Look, I've been gone for a couple weeks, guys. I'd like to apologize to every one of our listeners. I usually can put a button on the
The real
end.
question is, though.
Yeah. No.
This is an SNL person. You know, like Saturday Night Live. Can you really trust that news?
Well, yeah. I mean, everything's always up for debate, but because none of these, numbers really. But I'm just sick of it. We've purposely over the last couple of weeks not talked about Batman v Superman since we did our spoiler cast. I'm tired of talking about it, and I'm tired of all the conjecture of everything and the disappointment of box office. Then people coming out angry with people for saying it's it's a failure. It doesn't matter what you think. Like it is, you live in Hollywood, and Hollywood's a crazy fucking place, and it's all done on stability. And if they project something or make something and it doesn't, it's a failure to them. It's not a catastrophic failure. They made money, and they made good money. But for a very expensive movie, and this is the thing, when these things are getting built up as well, you have to, people are talking about, it made 200, blah, 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 and it cost 250 million. It's like, that's to make the film. Then there's about 250 million to market the film, and all this other shit that goes into this stuff. Clearly they're making money. They're doing fine. Are they worried? Yeah, probably. And will it affect the other stuff that they're doing with the DC universe? Yes, probably. And there's these reshoots going on right now. Suicide Squad, some people saying that's tied into Batman v Superman. Some people saying it's not a reaction to that at all. No one really knows. That's the thing. And I'm just tired of talking about it.
There's a bit more Batman in the latest Suicide Squad
There is.
trailer.
But no Ben Affleck face,
But no Ben Affleck face.
which is interesting.
But Batman type person and Batmobile.
The physicality of the Batman looks different in that.
Way
as well,
different. Like skinny. At first I
Yeah.
thought it was Batwoman.
which is weirding me out. I'm genuinely concerned that there's some strange twist with all of that. But we'll see.
I saw Batman
By the
vs
way,
Superman.
guys, I'm coming back as Batwoman. No, I'm just kidding.
Yes.
Oh, damn it!
Yes.
I wish in my dreams. Hello, Hollywood, please.
Okay, we'll move on.
No.
Oh.
What did you have to say?
I saw Batman vs Superman at a drive-in movie theater in Abilene, Texas.
That's cool.
Nice.
Is that what you were
was-
using all the film equipment for? Because you're filming
You're just
bootlegs?
pirating.
I have a 4K version of Batman vs Superman shot at a drive-in in Abilene, Texas. There may or may not have been a lot of dead insects on the screen.
Excellent.
But yeah, very unusual. Have you ever been to a drive-in movie?
Yes.
No, I've never had.
Yeah, I have.
Really?
There's
I'm
one
from
in
England. We don't have
Yeah,
one.
you should, dude. You would love it. It's
I would.
it's
It's
actually
really cool.
There's one
Yeah.
out.
in like Irwindale or something or
It's
Monrovia.
not super far.
Yeah.
From
I
here.
drive by one.
Wait,
quite
is
a bit.
this...
I mean,
you put the sound box in your car?
No, you
Or
tune into the radio.
I'm just
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Soundbox. What are we like?
You've never done this either, Alex.
Sound
We
box.
should do this.
Clearly
No,
not.
it's actually legitimately a great way to see a movie. 'Cause
Yeah.
it makes you feel like you're not just like in a stuffy
I want to
theater.
see though.
Yeah.
I really want to see a movie that I've seen before.
Yeah,
I don't
it's
really
not,
want to see a new movie. I
Yeah,
wanna see,
it doesn't. It's not like the perfect viewing experience. You're like definitely. I fell asleep during.
Just
Batman
bring like a
You fell
blanket.
asleep during Batman vs.
I did.
Oh
You
gosh.
could bring blankets and stuff because you have like.
I
a
got
trunk
drunk. I was
thing.
under blankets.
You have a Jeep.
I do have
Yeah,
a
that's
Jeep.
what we did. When we went and saw it, we brought like pillows and blankets and stuff.
You
And
have a little-
sexy dog.
yeah, well, we all had
Yeah.
second pizza and beer, and we just it was a double feature. It was like I think like I don't know.
Yeah, I want to see a couple of like a kung fu movie and a monster movie or something like
You
that.
can't pick, man. You just
No,
put the movies up and you.
I'll let them know.
You get to the gate. One kung fu movie and one.
It's like Netflix, right?
But they're double features, so you get to be for both.
But I just mean I want to see something a bit trashy if I go to one because that for me is what it should be.
Yeah.
like a drive-in.
Like a B movie.
American
Yeah.
cinema
Yeah.
is trashy.
Wow.
Do you mean more like cult-like film or?
Yeah, it's like a midnight movie,
Yeah.
you know?
Okay.
Yeah.
Something
Yeah,
fun.
yeah.
Okay.
Moving
Something
on.
Fun. Crystal, did you see Batman v Superman?
I didn't.
You didn't know, that's all right.
Yeah. No.
Then we have a short conversation. Moving on.
This bit of news actually may. I hope this doesn't bother you, but
Oh.
we may be getting a Tomb Raider reboot sooner than we think. But they're casting Tomb Raider as a male called Roberto Croft.
What?
Yeah. And it looks like I am going to be Roberto.
Okay,
No.
well,
You have the right physique for it.
I thought
you.
it was Leonard
It'll work
Croft.
out.
Yeah, it's harder for him to climb walls and do athletic things.
They got to make the character more relatable
Yeah,
to the regular Joe.
exactly.
So when you're like
Okay.
pulling up on
All
things,
right. Perfect.
you take a little
Yeah.
break, you get stitch.
Falls asleep at a drive-through.
Indeed. I'm just kidding, but actually there is going to be a Tomb Raider reboot sooner than we thought, according to a heroic Hollywood screenwriter, Geneva Robertson Dwart, has apparently completed a draft of the screenplay that the producers are happy with, and they're looking to move into production, getting the film out in time for October 6th, 2017.
Actually, I knew that.
You did know that. Okay. Well, hey, look, I'm excited about that.
Super, super excited. I can't even wait. I'm literally like foaming at the mouth for it. I'm really excited. And I hope
She is.
I
Let's
hope
this
that
fun.
I hope that I can just get like a line somewhere. I mean, I was her body. Come on. You got to give me something.
A month ago, Warner Brothers registered the domain TombRaiderMovie.com. Daisy Ridley is still rumored to play the... I won't say that adjective in front of someone who... Titular, okay, character. And Geeks, podcast favorite,
Geeks!
Roar Uthog is directing. What the fuck?
Dude, you went away for too long. We have favorites now.
Okay, fair
Roar-
enough. Favorites are happening.
So Roar Thog is a guy, he's a Norwegian director. We talked about him on this a couple weeks ago.
Fog.
He directed the Cold Prey films, which are these very good snowy slasher films. Norwegian, very slick and very cool. But then he recently did a film called The Wave, which is about tsunami in Norway. Who someone? Any of you on this podcast? It's really fucking good, and it's still in cinemas right now. It's called Olgan or The Wave. Only in a few cinemas, but it's like a proper disaster film with all the regular cinema tropes that Hollywood does, but this does it really fucking well, and you care about the characters, and it's like it's got a good balance of sort of arty and Hollywood to it.
Cool.
So I'm really excited. He managed to make normal action scenes that I would find boring genuinely tense.
Cool.
So I'm very excited to see him
That's
doing
awesome.
a Tomb Raider film.
And his
Tomb
name's
Raider.
Roar!
Yes.
Yeah, are you excited?
I said, yeah, I can't even wait. I'm literally my agents are on it. So
Okay, we're gonna move on.
Maybe not.
I hope that's okay with you. I mean,
I
we can stick with the
guess.
Tomb Raider news, but I think we're
No.
done.
The
I
details.
think we're
Roberto
all
Croft
right.
locked in.
A long-awaited U.S. Death Note movie is still coming, but it found a new home in Netflix, who will be adapting the enormously popular manga and anime series, which has already seen a number of live-action adaptations in home country, Japan. Adam Wingard, director of The Guest, A Horrible Way to Die, and You're Next, is directing, and Nat Wolff from Paper Towns is starring alongside I'm melting, alongside Margaret Quellese.
How do we feel about this, guys?
Sorry, what was the
wait.
news?
You didn't understand it?
Wait,
Was it not clear
serious
enough?
note? Was it
Was it like
Dude,
Death
Paper
Note?
Towns? It's the
What?
actor that was in Paper Towns?
Yeah, the lead dude.
Okay, I could tell you what the story's going to be and where it might take place. Since it's a white kid, it most likely will take place in Chicago, and it'll be a white family. And the only twist that they probably will have is that when they die without a specific death, it'll be due to sort of the nature of the crimes they commit. Because that's what the earlier
about it.
scripts were with
Damn,
Sony or
dude.
Columbia.
So you have some insider
Oh,
info on
shit.
this. You're probably not allowed to talk about it, are you?
Not entirely, but I don't care.
This
'cause
is the
it's
Geeks
gonna
podcast,
suck.
right?
It's gonna suck anyway. So
Yeah.
there you have it. That's what it's gonna be. So Netflix, you got to make it better now.
But basically, yeah, a friend of yours who's a very good director was
Yeah.
involved at some point, but he walked because
There was just all this other stuff.
right.
Yeah.
But he wasn't, the faith in it wasn't there necessarily.
Yeah, it wasn't really ringing as true to the series, comics, manga.
You familiar
Sure.
with Death Note at all?
No, I'm not.
It's really good.
Unfortunately.
It's really good.
Okay.
It's one of the.
I will
yeah.
check it out.
It's one of those few
Are you going
animation.
to? Actually?
I actually will.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
It's on the.
I-
It's on the
I
Netflix.
take-
It just
I
sounded
think.
like you said that like one of those
No,
things
no,
that
no,
you
no,
said you were
no,
like
no,
gonna
no.
do but didn't actually do.
No, I take advice from people.
I mean, it's not the first thing in the world. If you're gonna take something from me, I would recommend something else. But
Like wolf,
if you're looking for a
Wait,
really
what?
good,
like wolf children.
like Wolf Children. Yeah, that's fantastic. But if you want an anime series ever, this is one of those few ones that is genuinely not just for anime fans.
Yeah.
It's like you show it to people. This microphone's fucking me up. I don't like it.
Yeah, it's the concept is basically: is it okay to kill, like awful people and all that, or it's just no, you shouldn't kill anyone. It battles that concept the entire show.
Right.
It's
Basically,
pretty
yeah.
insane.
I think we talked about it a
Just
little
like
bit.
purge-ish, like
Someone basically finds this journal, and it's called a death note. And when you write someone's name in it, they die.
right.
And so they started to use this, initially to be like a hero. But then people are dying, so the police con on to this, and they find this sort of genius to try and figure out who it is who's doing this stuff. But what's really interesting about it, instead of just staying with that, they really get into, most things when you come up with a gimmick like this, they ignore the minutiae of, oh yeah, but what happens if you do this, and then you
Right.
write this, or if you do this in capitals, or if you
Right.
put this word before
Right.
it. Instead, this entire series is all about him exploring that with the Death Note. So it's him trying to figure out, well, what happens if I do this? How can I control this? Can I control times? Can I, make someone die of natural causes? Can I do ethical things with it as well to do with, emotions and stuff? And he's really exploring it while this other kind of genius is trying to figure out who it is who's doing it. And the whole series is like watching a chess match, essentially, between two very smart people. And it's actually really smart. It really is.
Yeah, it's a good series.
I don't know,
cool.
it sounds like
sounds pretty cool.
if it's pulled off well, it could be very Inception-like.
Yeah. Yeah. It could be.
Right.
We'll see.
Right, it won't.
Moving on.
We'll see.
Marvel's next movie after Civil War is Doctor Strange, starring Benedict Cumberbatch. We've had a series of official photos of the actor in full costume over the past 2 weeks.
Skipping.
But now we know when the first trailer will hit. This week on Jimmy Kimmel Live, Doctor Strange comes to theaters on November 4th.
Benedict Cumberbatch, by the way, was this week's special Easter egg for the prelude before your names. Each week the films I use before your names are tied into one of the actors.
What films did you say again?
We had Amazing Grace for Hertz,
sure, yeah,
The
sure.
Whistleblower for Alexander Chard,
Sure,
Warhorse for Jesten Mariconda,
Okay.
and The Other Berlin Girl for Crystal Cooper.
Very good.
go.
Hey.
So anyone playing at home,
Yeah. Cumberbitches, I think he's fans.
Cumberbitch, yeah.
disrespectful.
Should have but your
Is that what he just calls them?
That's Cumberbitch backwards.
I saw him once in an airport. He was a very friendly man.
Really?
Yeah, he said hello to us.
Oh, that's nice.
Did he?
Tight jeans?
Yeah,
or
mostly
baggy?
because Katie was just
Straight
looking at
fit?
him, and then she looked at me and was like, and he just looked at me like, hi.
You mean lumberback Cumberbitch?
Cumberbitches.
Oh.
Was he crawling around like Smaug the dragon?
Yeah, he was hissing on the floor by his luggage.
Neat.
Doctor Strange. No,
Yeah.
move
Oh,
on. Doctor
okay,
Strange.
hey, look!
It's very exciting. Have you seen all the photos of him this last couple of weeks?
Yes.
Anybody in his
Yeah.
weird garb?
Yeah, I have. It's cool.
But they've released one
I like
in
it.
the costume and also in his civilian garb.
Yeah. Yeah. I would rather he stayed more in his civilian garb, but they have done his costume as well as they could.
I
think.
wish we all called our clothes garb.
Garb.
I enjoyed your garb today, Jesten.
Do you see there was also, we're not talking about it in the news, but there was also the proper trailer for the new Harry Potter.
Oh,
Wait, what?
right.
Where?
Really?
Oh, hang on. Crystal.
Oh,
Did we
yes.
find something you like?
Oh my gosh! I'm
also, I went to
super
Harry
obsessed
Potter
with Harry
night.
Potter.
That's also I forgot to
Wait,
tell
what
you
the
guys.
fuck? A new Harry Potter? They did all the books.
I went to
No,
No.
but this
This is a
is...
side
I mean, you know
story.
about this.
No, I don't know about this.
Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them.
Yeah. Eddie
So this
Redmayne.
Yes.
It's...
You're gonna-
So inside Harry Potter, there's a book. Not inside him physically,
Uh-huh.
but inside
Sure.
the world of Harry Potter. There's a book. What's it called?
Fantastic Beasts and Where to
Oh, it
Find
is called
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
And that they use a few times as like an encyclopedia.
Yeah, I know.
And it's
I
been
remember.
created by someone called Newt something.
Gingrich.
This is his
It's not.
this
Newt
is his
Gingrich.
story of his adventures and him making that book essentially of finding these things around the world and charting all of the strange stuff and creatures.
neat.
So it's basically a prequel. And some of the
Right.
characters could technically return at some point
Right.
in it. Weirdly, it's directed by the same guy who directed the last 3 Harry Potter films, which is strange.
Why is that
The
weird?
trailer looks great.
That would seem like the obvious choice. Why is that weird?
Because if you're going to do something, I feel have a fresh start and find new voices for it, you know? But clearly, basically, we want to make
They're
people know
training.
this is Harry Potter still,
Yeah.
and we're doing
Right.
it like Harry Potter. So,
Yeah.
Crystal,
Yes.
You see
I'm
this trailer?
I haven't seen the
You
trailer.
haven't seen the trailer?
I am like a Harry Potter fanatic. I can't wait. I haven't been to the Wizarding World yet, which is right across
well, it
the
only
street
opened
from me.
about
but
2 days ago, so.
yeah.
I went to Harry
So
Potter night.
that's 2 days that I've missed it. But yeah, I love Harry
Which is
Potter.
your favorite Harry Potter film?
Film?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I read the books
Okay.
I mean, coming.
What's your favorite
out
book
of-
then?
I think it was probably the first book because it was so interesting to get. Like, I didn't read very much before that, and it like reinvented a new world for me, and was very close to just something that made me sparkle again.
Oh, you lost the sparkle?
Yeah, I lost the sparkle for a little bit.
Harry, you old dog.
What but are you one of those people who just likes the books, or do you like the films as well, or
I liked the books better. And there was much more. I pictured it a little differently, and there was so much lost in the translation. I mean, those books were gigantic.
Yeah, of course.
And the movies were still equally long
Pretty
and
long.
gigantic. But I just felt like they missed a lot of the creativity that went along with them.
Okay. So this one isn't based on anything, though, is it? This one's just like a new
Yeah.
screenplay for. Has she worked on the screenplay at all?
I thought she ended
This
up-
was her first screenplay, wasn't it? I think. Jesten seems to he has something to say, but
I was under the impression she was talking about writing again.
yeah, doing some more.
Well, she
Okay.
wrote like an adult novel, right?
Right. Yeah, but that was.
When we say
there's also-
adult,
Yeah, but I mean
novel-
like a teenage.
oh, okay,
Yes, yeah.
not like porn.
And there's also a
Sorry, that was unclear.
There's also a new West
Young
End
adult.
play
Sorry.
that she wrote.
Huh?
A Western play?
A West End play
Oh yeah, I read about that.
set in the Potter world.
She does a lot of stuff.
Which actually, no, I think it actually has the three main characters in it, the play.
Really?
Hermione, Ron,
Okay.
That
And
actually
Henry.
sounds really lame.
Henry.
I'm sorry, but that sounds terrible.
I'm excited about this one. It looks cool.
Yeah.
The trailer looks really cool.
Oh, sorry. Back on me. Okay.
We got two more
I guess
pieces.
we're done talking about Harry Potter, which wasn't even in my news. This is my favorite piece of news. This is the George Clooney taking on the Captain America role in Civil War.
It was World War III, wasn't it?
Whatever. The first critics have now seen Civil War, and the social media embargo is somewhat strangely lifted. Very good, Al. Very good.
What is?
It was good. It was well written.
Yeah.
The response has been overwhelmingly positive, saying that the airport fight scene is the greatest in comic book history, and that Tom Holland's new Spider-Man is, well, spectacular. Even more exciting is that we're going to be getting more Spidey than we anticipated. Mike Sampson from Screen Crush confirmed what other tweets were, they were getting at it, they were suggesting it, which is that we get around 10 minutes. What? 10 minutes.
How many minutes?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 minutes of Peter Parker's penis and a good 20 minutes or so of the Spidey himself.
So we're getting in total 30 minutes.
Of both Peter Parker,
Peter
Spidey
Parker.
penis, and Spider-Man.
Spider dog.
Wow.
Yeah, I probably.
And the webs do fly.
We probably should have said potential spoilers with this before we
Oh.
said it. No, it's my
Sorry.
bad. I should have written it.
That is a lot more than I was expecting.
I was
That's
very.
like half the movie.
I was both really. No. I was both really happy.
1/4 the movie.
No.
1/3.
It's a long movie. It's like 2.5 hours.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I was really excited to read this, and I was also kind of sad because I didn't really want to know. I wanted to just wait and because I feel again with Civil War I'm 9. It's for me Civil War's like for you Star Wars. It's like I don't want to know the story beats, and I had to do a spoiler cast where we pulled it apart from the last trailer, and I think I pretty much know all the beats now of the movie. So the one thing was, well, how much is Spidey going to be in there? And from the correlation of events, we figured out roughly how much, but I didn't expect this much, so I'm excited. But to be honest, these battle sequences, they go on a long time, so those 20
do.
minutes easily will just be the battle.
Totally.
Yeah.
Because they talk too.
Totally.
You'll get 10 minutes of him, probably afterwards, I would say, then as Peter Parker, because in the trailer he clearly turns up for the first time
Hey guys.
when Captain America sees him.
Hey,
So maybe you've had a couple
Spider-Man?
of tiny bits with Robert Downey Jr. on a phone or something like that, or arranging his bus fare and Uber and things.
Yeah.
And then you'll get Spidey for 20 minutes fighting, and then a decoder at the end. I'm sure you'll get some Peter Parker regular time to set up his movie.
I'm
Right.
Peter.
Right.
Totally.
That'll probably be how it is.
That's
I'm
a
Peter.
damn good prediction. Anyway, Biblical Bore comes out
I hope
on
he
May
has a-
6th.
I hope he has a camera.
We're nearly there. We're under a month away now.
I know.
I'm very excited. And the fucking... It's very weird, this stuff. So you get reviewers now going and see these films. And then I'm talking directly to you now, just to make
yes.
you react to me, Crystal.
Of course.
I realized I don't look at you very often because when there's a guest, he was like, well, I'm used to talking to these dudes, so I don't really look at the guests too much. Because it's weird just talking to you
These
Well-
dudes
about
he's
Civil
saying,
War
he's-
when I just met you a couple of hours ago. But I'm gonna do it.
whatever.
Okay.
So they do these screenings now, and reviewers get to go, and they invite some special guests, and then YouTube reviewers get to go and stuff like that. And then
wow.
there's no embargo,
Yeah.
whereas actual reviewers have embargo on their review.
Right.
And this is one of those weird moments where it's like, well, the critics have seen this movie and have written their reviews. They're just sitting and waiting. And
Yeah.
I don't know when their embargo is actually for. It could be, close, like within 3 weeks away or 4
Right.
weeks away. Whereas everyone else who's just going to see it is allowed to say whatever they want. Anything they want.
Yeah,
So they're all
I
on Twitter just telling plot points.
Yeah, no,
Spoiling
I'm not
stuff.
okay with that.
It's weird.
That's
I wish
it's
they
really
just-
weird.
Everyone's ruining everything.
But it's just weird.
I just wish they
Ruin
would,
everything.
let the critics do their jobs because
Exactly.
I mean, what is a critic?
But they're
Like,
trying to
what
get
the
Well, I,
fuck?
rid
usually,
Totally.
I
But
usually
they-
don't agree with the critics anyway,
Yeah.
so I don't pay attention to it. But at the
Yeah.
same time, why is Joe Schmo able to say whatever he wants and the critics have to wait? Like,
Fuck YouTube. Sorry.
Yeah.
Fuck YouTube
Yeah.
people, man.
Dude,
Just ruining it for
I guess
everyone.
last week was a lovely YouTube.
And how long
except
did
for
that
you
podcast
guys,
run?
we like you guys.
2.5 hours.
If you hate YouTube, subscribe. Hit that button on your bottom right hand of the screen. If you hate it, subscribe.
We're like that extra box on the voting of other. No, but it's just.
YouTube's okay, but Vimeo, that's.
But I feel they're just trying to phase out actual critics, And critics will be the YouTube people. It'll be people on Twitter. It'll just be regular people who will then become more famous from people follow them and listen to their opinions.
Our poor friend Guy Lodge over at Variety is slowly
Gonna
melting.
be out of a job.
No, I think Guy Lodge is adapting tremendously well. Guy, your tweets are fabulous and we love you.
It's
Guy
true.
Lodge.
Please do come on the podcast.
But like critics, I mean, some critics, the ones that I read, I'm like, oh, awesome, which aren't very many, but they describe the film in like an artful way, and the way they talk about it, it's not really like you should see it or not. It brings up like valid points, like how to watch it or interpret it.
Well, they're articulate.
Yeah,
And they're not
articulate.
restricted to 140 fucking characters.
Yeah, and then there's the fucking just other people who are people like them because they're cool and fun, and they have really hyper-cutted videos on YouTube, and it's like
The
no,
thing is, it's
that's
fine,
fucking-
but they should at least get the same playing field.
Exactly.
Yeah, or they should
exactly.
just,
Like, I love listen. I love. There's a Twitter, the Hulk critic,
Okay.
who's the funniest movie critic that I've come across in a long time. I love listening to his stuff, but he should have the same rules
Yep.
and regulations that another critic should have.
Exactly.
It should be just a level
Just
playing
there's
field.
bad blood as
Is
well.
he right
I know-
as the Hulk? Or sorry.
Yeah.
That's funny.
It's hilarious. It's
Does he-
seriously
does
the
he just say
funniest thing
smash
ever.
a lot?
I like
Hulk
movie.
hungry.
Like, I know some movie critics who are in fairly good positions, and they're really just pissed off. They're really just like, we can't stand, we don't get to talk about stuff anymore, and it really just feels like that people,
Right.
they're trying to fuck with us. The studios are trying to fuck with us.
Yeah.
I don't know. It just seems strange. But the overwhelming majority, and I mean overwhelming majority, has been that Civil War is spectacular. People are saying it's the best comic book film in years and years and years.
I like critics because it, like, even though some of them are really gnarly or just don't make sense, it's kind of like this filter to prevent just random shit constantly being made. Which,
Right.
there is a lot of shit, even regardless of what they do, but I feel like it's a good, like, first line of defense against massive amounts of bullshit getting
There's a reason.
Right.
thrown everywhere.
Yeah, there's a reason. We're talking about it with production companies. We're talking about it with record companies. All those walls are being ripped down, and there's a reason those structures were invented to begin with. We're kind of making all art forms into a lawless state, and there's a reason why society builds these things gradually as they pay, because they're necessary, and these quality filters are necessary, and having people like that who it's their job and they take it seriously, they're necessary.
Because they're trying to, I feel like the good intentions is to preserve art, whereas now film and everything is just becoming like more of a business. It's not like, oh, I'm making art to express and make. It's like now I'm making art just to make money,
Right.
which
Right.
is soulless piece
On
of shit.
The followers. And,
Okay. All right, guys. All right.
Next
All right.
news.
Here we go.
Okay.
I have one more item of news.
Okay.
And I feel one person here in particular might have something to say. It's not everybody.
Alex, would you
Look at you,
unclamp
Crystal.
my thigh? Oh God! This is
He doesn't like being touched. You
I
know
don't.
this.
He's gonna poop.
How about if we both stroked a thigh each? Would that upset you too much?
No, that would be my personal nightmare. This, I think we need to change pace a little bit. This last piece of news, I think everyone here should know is...
Take a breath.
Yeah, let's just take a breath and let's take a step back.
I need some water. Yeah, I need to wet
Something
myself.
happened this week.
What
and
happened, Nate?
It relates to a title that starts with S and sounds like something like that ends with R Wars.
What could that be? Wait, what could that be?
Star Wars?
Did you say Star Wars?
No, I didn't say anything. I was merely implying that this week
Oh my god.
We had the first trailer of Gareth Edwards' Star Wars story.
Rogue One!
The internet was confused.
We just lost 10 viewers.
Did we? Okay. I thought you were because you were on your phone. I actually thought
No,
you
this
were.
is not a live portal into the future
Damn
of when we put
technologies.
this up.
Okay. Anyway, the internet was confused, sexist, and excited.
Not of what we just talked about.
No. The trailer. The trailer they had. I guess there's two female leads now.
So, okay.
and- okay. Wait, okay.
I got to take over
Okay.
the ship
Yeah,
for a
go
second.
ahead.
Yeah.
No.
Because I want to give
Okay.
everyone, without people talking over each other, a fair share to say what they feel about it. Because I wanted to, this was our topic point of the week, really, is talking a little bit about Rogue One. But I do want to get out, first of all, the kind of kerfuffle that happened on the internet as soon as this came out. So when we first were talking about Rogue One, and there was a little insider thing that leaked months ago, which was a simple little shot, which weirdly is not in this at all.
I was waiting for that shot. That shot
Yeah.
was cool.
It was a really cool shot.
Yeah.
And that leaked, and they never brought it out, which is strange, because it tends to be when something leaks nowadays, it's either controlled or they immediately get on damage control and bring it out officially, so at least you see the proper version. Never did. And we're waiting for Rogue One, and we all agreed that when they did this, they had to clarify to the general public, not to people in LA, not to people in the movie industry, not to people, geeks like us who know this shit, but what the fuck is Rogue One? Like, they had to clarify, they had to get it out to the public of immediately, somewhere in the beginning of that, you have to have either a voiceover or words come up on screen or something that says, before A New Hope or, before Luke Skywalker or whatever bullshit you need to do. Something that makes it very clear straight away in this trailer, this is when this is set, this is what this movie is, don't worry, you'll return to regular programming in 12 months' time. They didn't do that. The internet was very confused. The public were pretty confused. And some very good friends of mine who are huge Star Wars fans, and I won't call out some of them who they are, but I mean really big Star Wars fans,
Give me their names.
I will find them.
had no idea what this was. And they were confused of what it was. The second problem, kerfuffle, was a very disappointing, and I thought we were way past this, very disappointing backlash of it having another female lead in the Star Wars film. And people were upset about this.
Dude.
You're going to let us each address each of these points, right? Because
No.
I've got some very strong views on.
Well, here's
each
the thing.
bit.
I don't want to even address the second one because I don't want to be a part of that conversation.
Yeah.
And I think the power we have of running a podcast is you choose when to be a part of the conversation when you don't. And sometimes not being a part of it is more powerful.
Can I just call them names?
You can call them cunts as much as you want, Alex.
Well,
but
I was thinking of calling them backward-thinking cavemen in their virginal wank shacks.
all right. If they're in a virginal wank shack, you
Thank
cannot be happy
you.
for a sexy lady as a lead character.
Exactly.
No, I really,
Homoerotic frustration.
I really don't want to give it the fucking time of day
That's a good point.
because it's so
But you
atrocious.
You just can't do it.
And we say a lot of stuff. No, I had to point it out because
you
it's.
did. I'm just kidding. You ruined it for us, Alex.
We say a lot of stuff on this podcast that some people give me shit about because they think I'm not being feminist enough with stuff. We just want a level playing field for everybody with everything. It's not about quotas. It's not about numbers. It's not about this has to be a woman or this has to be a person of this race or whatever. This kind of reaction to something, though, I just can't even begin to abide.
Mm-hmm.
It's just disgusting. But yeah, let's not focus on that. Let's focus on
The positive.
what you felt, each of you, about the trailer.
Sorry.
And then we can have a little discussion about, did they kind of fumble that in terms of confusing people with what it was? Let's start with, I guess. Crystal, have you seen the trailer for the
I've not.
What is wrong with your week?
Well, I'm sorry. You know what? You should probably give me a list of the things you guys are going to talk about.
That's a very good point.
That is a very, very good point.
Okay, can
I tell you what, Jesten, you bring it up.
Yep. I'm going to bring it up. She can watch it.
Can we
We'll
get
go
some
with it.
headphones for her? I've got some
Okay.
headphones over here.
Some headphones right in my bag right here.
Alex, I'm going to leave you till last. Nate, have you seen the trailer?
Oh no.
Nate, what the fuck is going on?
I was in Texas, dude. I just got back.
They
You were sleeping in a car watching a movie and drinking beer.
I was working
Right,
so fucking hard you don't even know.
Nate,
Sweet.
Nate,
You don't know
Nate,
how
just
hard I was working.
just because you're engaged
I'm just
now
gonna
doesn't
give
mean you
my
get to fucking do
reactions
what you
towards
like,
the
alright? You
YouTube
put your
version.
headphones on. You watch the Star Wars trailer and you shut up for a minute.
You handle it.
Alex,
I'm gonna watch it over your shoulder.
I'm liking this new.
Wait, Jesten, have you not seen it?
I've seen it, but I'm gonna watch it again.
we're in film production mode, dude. Alex,
Al,
it's gonna be you and me for a bit.
let's
dude.
do this.
So, Alex, you are,
Oh
famously.
yeah, Jesten, you
I've seen it. I've seen it.
You've
Yeah,
seen
I'm
it.
in it.
Alright.
But I want to
Everyone
watch
come-
it too.
Everyone calm down. Everyone peaceful. We're at a picnic. You're in a quiet place. There are birds in the sky. The sun's just setting. Is that what the sun sounds like when it's setting? Jesten, why don't you tell us then how you felt about the Rogue One trailer?
Yeah. Sorry, I'm watching it again.
Don't watch it again. Either talk or what's the thing.
Okay. How did I feel about it? Well, I don't even know where to start. Okay, the overall experience of watching the trailer, I was like, yes, the story that I wanted to hear about Star Wars, like that, how they got the Death Star plans. That's exciting to me. When I was watching it, the first impression that I got was like that voiceover. It wasn't really synced in, so it did come off a little like weird. I was like, oh, this is a little kind of rough, tacky. But the more it progressed on, I was like, oh, awesome. It's back to like gritty Star Wars again, where everything's just kind of chaotic. People are pressed. It's effed up. You've got badasses left and right. Love Felicity Jones, by the way. Hey. And then Forrest Whitaker's part, though, when he comes in, it kind of takes me out of it a little bit. I'm just like, dude, you're muscling this scene way too hard for me right now in this trailer. Sorry. She was handing me a phone. That's why I had to stop. But yeah, the set design looks amazing. It's immersive from that trailer. I was immersed and I was like, oh shit, what's happening? Like, what's gonna happen? You got, was it Diego Luna and all that? You have that awesome fucking siren sound,
Which you can hear come from different headphones.
Yes.
which, yeah, I love that sound from Star Wars. But yeah, I mean, there's those like covert ops stormtroopers in it. You've got this badass guy with a cape who's like a high up general who's probably in charge of overseeing the construction of the Death Star. He probably dies or gets fired. I think there's like a little split second of like Darth Vader in it, so he's got to be in it. Or Palpatine, one of those dark dudes. You've got different locations, which that was my thing about what was it called? Star Wars Force Awakens. Like Force Awakens, great, but it wasn't like the actual thing that George Lucas does. Which people are gonna be like, "Whoa, what the frick, man? Like 4, 5, and 6 are the only good ones." But he created new worlds every time. He created something completely different. So this one has a completely different like setting and world, and that's the original like feeling of Star Wars. Is like, whoa, this is a new planet. There's new things. You got the AT Walker things on
The phone company.
Yeah, the phone company
AT&T.
AT-AT on like a jungle, like tropical place, which is not in the snow anymore, which is amazing. And yeah, I liked it because it was that immersive world that they originally had in the 4, 5, and 6.
Okay.
Except for Forrest Whitaker.
Crystal.
Yeah.
I believe you've seen the trailer. How did you feel about it?
I was just buying time.
Well, I think he makes a great point. I think that, originally Star Wars came out and it was this this epic illusion that people didn't think could exist. They couldn't believe movie magic was happening that way. And I think that trailer kind of brings it back to that, and some excitement that has been lost because we're projectively moving closer towards doing so many incredible things with the cinema. So I think that was a great point that he had.
Were you a fan of Force Awakens at all?
No,
Not the biggest.
not the biggest. Yeah.
Are you a Star Wars fan at all? Do you miss Jar Jar Binks?
I do love Star Wars. I think that again, like I feel like in my own generation, I think that we missed that the excitement of the cinema and the cinematography and all of that stuff. I think that these clowns over here pondering my thoughts.
They're just soaking every second in.
Taking notes.
Yeah,
When
no.
you say clowns, do you mean like the three of us or these two?
Don't worry, there's nothing funny about you.
Wow.
No, not at all. Yeah, I think
So, but after Force Awakens, are you like? So if I mean,
this
so I guess
I'm
you're
excited
kind of
about. I think it brings back the imagination. It brings back the excitement and not what you're expecting to see.
Did you know this was happening, Rogue One? Were you?
I did not actually.
Okay.
I mean, I heard that it was in the process, but
Okay. Okay.
yeah.
Nate, you just saw the film trailer.
I hope I didn't just see the film.
That's it.
'cause
That's all they made.
That was pretty fucking short, even
Short
by
and
my
sweet.
standards. Wait, have you? Because I had my headphones in. Have you already
It was-
discussed your
it was-
feelings?
It was a good length, Nathan.
Yeah, I mean, I thought as a trailer it wasn't as successful as the previous Star Wars trailer that we just saw. But I do think that, based on the information in the trailer, that it could be interesting. I personally am a fan of stories that delve into like the political minutia of a fantasy world.
Oh, so you would like episode 2 and 3 then?
No. Because no, of course not. But like in the way that I like Game of Thrones, where it's like all about these like epic political struggles, like I think that this new Star Wars Rogue One kind of looks like it's about this sort of like political problem of like a distant time. I'm a big Forrest Whitaker fan. That shit looked cool. And
Can you tell me what do you love Forrest Whitaker from?
Ghost Dogs.
Anything other than Ghost Dog?
Not really.
Just checking, because a lot of people I find
Definitely
I'm
not the Butler. He was shitty.
I'm not trying to make a point, but a lot of people keep saying they're a Forrest Whitaker fan. I'm like, what from?
But he was so fucking good in Ghost
He is
Dog.
so good
Yeah,
in Ghost
yeah.
Dog, but that's more of, I think, good casting. It's just a role which is him.
No, I'm sure I've seen him in other stuff that was cool. I just
You
can't
can't remember it.
think of what.
Very
Yeah.
memorable.
Interesting point, actually. All right, fuck it. I hate Forrest Whitaker. So the movie's gonna be shit.
He's named after a geographical element. So hang on. So are you excited for this then, or do you not? You're more.
Dude, of course I'm excited. It's
Would
gonna
you
be,
rather?
It's gonna be awesome. I just like. I don't think the trailer made me feel
Okay.
particularly excited.
So you're more
But-
excited about the idea of it.
Yeah.
Than necessarily
yeah.
the
I mean, I don't know. What did you really? With
we
the
haven't talked.
trailer?
Me and Alex are waiting. We're biding our time.
They bring back the Royal Guards.
I'm trying to
man.
think. I think that. Yeah, I mean, I think that that's really cool. I mean,
Would you
the trailer leaves you with an interesting question. I can't remember exactly what they ask, but they're like, "What
What do you become?
do you become?"
Yeah.
And it's like a Jedi. Isn't that?
I think they're pushing it something else.
I think there's a robot.
I mean, surely that's what it is, though. I mean,
Say
No,
what you
so.
just said again.
well, the trailer leaves you with the final question, like, "What do you become?" And like, I guess like maybe because I'm not so immersed in the Star Wars fandom, like my mind didn't go crazy. I was just like, "Oh, probably a Jedi." 'Cause that's what.
Because either the
It's
light side, the
opposite.
dark
It's
side.
the
right?
opposite. It's the opposite.
Anyway, why don't you guys?
Wait. But Nate, would
Yeah.
you rather see this, or would you rather see the next, like Star Wars 8?
I would rather Okay, this
gonna
might
say
be
no,
controversial, but I would probably rather see this
Okay.
because, like Jesten pointed out, like I'm not. The last Star Wars movie didn't really do it for me because
Okay.
it just rehashed every other fucking Star Wars movie, and I didn't like. Honestly, I liked the characters, and I liked especially I liked the first like 1/3 of the movie when it was just getting into like the minutia of the world, like all that stuff. I find very immersing. But when we just sort of like hear chimey sounds and we discover old Star Wars characters, I'm a bit like, we're just having a wank, aren't we? But
Alex was.
Alex was literally, but otherwise metaphorically, it was very much like, we have to hit every Star Wars beat that ever happened in this one movie that just sort of implodes on itself, and there's a surprise.
Okay.
But like movies like this, I always find more interesting because it's like, just like with comic books, like the comic books that interest me are like the Bizarro World comic books or like the offbeat comic books that take a step back and look at the superhero from a different perspective.
Okay.
Just like this, I think, may look at the Star Wars franchise from a different time or a different perspective.
One last question for you.
Yeah.
Is wank an English word or an American word? Is that one?
That's
that
a British word. But
Do
I
you
picked
use
it
that
up.
in America as much, or is that?
Sometimes.
I think Americans know what it means.
Yeah,
is
so if I said I wanked you off, would people know what that means?
If you
I
call
would say
someone,
it was the luckiest day of my life.
If you called someone a wanker over here, because that's a very English phrase. Do you do that over here? Would you say that over here?
It wouldn't have its bite, but I think people would be like, oh, I think that's like a Britishism for being like a jerk.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That's good. Good. Now that we've clarified that.
Wanker.
Britishism.
But the British use the
Britishism.
C word very flippantly, and I find that
Offensive.
I don't.
Offensive.
I used it once earlier, and because
And my ears
they
still
deserved
hurt.
it. They deserved
It's a
it.
term of endearment in Australia.
is it.
Yeah.
Oh,
In Scotland, it's what you say at your wedding.
It's like
Alex. Alex, so you are our resident Star Wars. Like, so before, well, normally after we do podcasts, you like to regale people with extended universe Star Wars stories.
I like to regale Katie and Bethany because they truly appreciate everybody.
You have a
They
very-
will stop what they're doing
You have a patient wife.
to
that's all I
turn
gotta say.
around and listen to me. Lately I've been talking about Han
Don't do
Solo.
it. Don't do it right now.
Han Solo.
Alex,
Yes.
you and I
Wait,
haven't
did
really
you hear my
talked.
pick?
You
No,
sent
sorry. Did you hear my pick for the star Han Solo?
Yeah, I did. I showed it to him. Alex, you and I, you texted me to be all excited about this and stuff, but I didn't really get you. You know, we purposely didn't talk about it, so I don't really know how you feel.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to find out. As the biggest Star Wars fan here by far,
Mhm.
how do you feel about Rogue One?
Okay, so I will start by just saying that I can.
When you say start, how long is this gonna?
How long we got for? No, the first thing I will just quickly delve into is yes, I can completely understand why the internet is confused. I think Disney has kind of been in a weird sort of tricky little spot with this, coming off the back of The Force Awakens, which was clearly going to be huge, and then run into the new year. You know, they couldn't delay releasing this any longer, but they're releasing it off the back of what is still hugely successful. The DVD for The Force Awakens has just come out. So inevitably, people are going to, to be a bit confused, especially because most people don't know about this film or know that it was in production.
Particularly since Disney have spent the last 3 months talking about Star Wars 8 and releasing production photos from Star Wars 8.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like, why? And that's what we were asking: is why are you jumping a film? Why are you immediately talking about 8 and you're not even talking about Rogue One yet?
Yeah, so I completely understand. And I mean, Disney did say right off the bat when they took over Lucasfilms that, you know, this was one of their first kind of projects. Well, it was their first project announced outside of the trilogy. So, yeah, but most people don't follow along with that stuff. So I get it. How do I feel? I'm fucking excited. I loved it. I loved the when the first kind of teaser leaked. That was super cool with the voiceover. Alec Guinness, Obi-Wan Kenobi, talking about the dark times, the times of the Empire, and then it like panning up to the Death Star in the sky from whatever planet they were on. And then this dropped. And for me, the first thing that just jumped out at me was the aesthetic and feel completely like just nailed it and was a throwback to the original trilogy. Even to the fact that everyone was speaking in British accents, which I really liked. And the costume and set design was super spot on. It looked beautiful. And for me, like, if Disney's going ahead with these stories outside of the sort of trilogy canon, like, these are the stories I want. I've said it many times before, I don't want to go down the route of like following characters like Han Solo or exploring characters like Yoda or whatever. For me, it's like, leave them to that main
Which they're
thing.
doing with the other two. Like, the other ones have announced. Well, they've announced the Han Solo one.
Yeah.
And then there's rumors of a Boba Fett one.
Yeah, for me, like, when I enjoyed reading the Expanded Universe books, which is now called Legends because it's not part of the canon, the
All
stories,
that time wasted.
the story, yeah, I know, but a lot of knowledge that I can recount.
This means nothing.
What I enjoyed about those was the stories that existed within the universe, but, you know, flitted in and out of the main story, or the characters like Luke or Leia would sort of drop in and out and interact with whoever was the protagonist in these stories. So this is perfect. Like, this is mentioned in New Hope when Mon Mothma talks about how many Bothan spies died getting this information about the Death Star. You see Mon Mothma in the beginning of this trailer talking, like, setting up the plan.
Good casting though. That Mon Mothma.
Mon
that's
Mothma
this
is the same one as she played Mon Mothma in Revenge of
Yeah.
the Sith as well.
Mhm.
So I
Just
love
like
that
her.
But then
continuity.
kind of a back. They cut out all her dialogue. So
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
just in the background.
So I'm really excited. Another thing that I'm really excited about is that this, compared to, I mean, I was really excited when the Force Awakens trailer dropped. Part of that excitement was like, fuck yeah, someone like they're, doing Star Wars how the prequel should be done. There was part of that idea of like someone has to make up for the prequels. And I watched it and I liked it, but everything reflected, it was great, but I don't think it was the best one by far. Whereas this, it just looks like a cool war film set in the Star Wars universe, which I really like, which I think is really cool. And Gareth Edwards, if for example I use Monsters as a reference, beautiful thing about that was that it was about the characters, and all the crazy shit happening around them. If he has that much kind of focus with his characters in this, it'll be fucking cool. Yeah. Set like during war. So I'm excited for those reasons.
It's easy to forget that Star Wars is about war, right? Like,
it's like we forget that it's like, oh, it's about fantasy and all this other shit. Like, no, it's about like war, and the rebels are the fucking good guys. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
And this looks like a true just sort of like dogfight without the kind of, I love all the Jedi stuff, but the fact that this is sort of slightly removed, and from the trailer, there's still that hint of certainly of the Emperor and potentially Darth Vader. Like, I love that that's looming over it. Whether we see them or not, like, I don't care. I hope nothing's revealed in the next set of trailers as far as they go. Whether they're in it or not, or whether they're sort of talked about. That's fucking cool. I'm excited. I'm really, really excited.
Yeah. It has that dark feeling to it, where the dark times are there, and you're like, oh shit, like gonna go down. Yeah. Sorry, yes. I just wanted to add.
I don't know. I'm in a weird spot with it because, I mean, Gareth Edwards, he's my hero. So just I don't know if I really said it on this podcast, but Gareth Edwards is why I got back into doing filming. Because I went to film school and then I spent about 8 years in music, and I was too shy to do filming because it was all film at that point. And then eventually digital got to the point where you could just do things with a small crew, and I met Gareth Edwards when he had done Monsters, and it was the film I'd always wanted to make. It was just really annoying and wonderful at the same time. And I met him, and he was really lovely to me, and then I did a press junket, and I talked to him, and then we emailed back and forth, and he really inspired me. He was just like, just go and do it. Just go and buy a camera and fucking do it, and buy something cheap. And that's how I made my first short film. So I'm really here because of him, and I'll always put a thank you at the end of any of my films, because whether or not he might never want that, even if one day I'm lucky enough to become successful, I just still, on a personal level, feel indebted to him. And so I've really, all he's done is Monsters, which cost, it's hard to know exactly how much, but from conversations I've had with him and reading a lot of stuff, it's around about $200,000 for Monsters. And then Godzilla was his second film, which was insane. And for me, the flaws with Godzilla, and I know from, when I did talk to him, he had problems with controlling that, because it's a beast, and doing your first studio movie is crazy, and there's so many people you're compromising with. And I don't want to do the thing of, well, the bad bits I did like in Godzilla weren't his fault, but I'm sure some of them weren't. I'm sure some of the things were just studio decisions. But it's like Godzilla had a much more character in it than most Hollywood blockbusters. Like it was a cool movie, other than some problems. So I've been crazy excited for this, and I've absolutely been more excited for it than Force Awakens. My only problem really comes with, I love the whole war thing. I love the idea of stuff not having to revolve around main characters. I hope everyone doesn't tie into everything else. The internet's going crazy.
That's the
maybe
one
this
bit.
is the mother of Daisy and all this shit. It's like, I don't want that.
Yeah.
Because it's meant to be a galaxy or a universe.
Yeah.
And for me, for that to be just revolving around 3 or 4 families is really narrow and boring.
It becomes episodic.
I completely agree with that. That was the thing I forgot to mention, was that so some of those rumors of like, there's that shot when you see the guy in the black cape and the Imperial, Red Guard, the Imperial Guard, there's the tank, and people are like, is that maybe Supreme Leader Snoke? And it's like, I don't want bits to go backwards now to link to the new trilogy, and
but
then
it probably
kind of
will.
Drop it all in, so then you've got this huge bigger arc. It's like,
it almost definitely will. And I'm fine, like 1 or 2 of those I'll be very happy with. If they just do it and then there's something cool at the end that does, make, cool, like you get Darth Vader for 1 second, 1 second, like one little scene, or just a voice off screen, or something cool, or they will in Ewan McGregor. If I would love 1 or 2, but I just don't want it to be this overriding thing of all the characters linking to everything else. So it's just not what I want. My problems with it are like, my only problems with it, my only problem with the actual trailer itself is kind of is the lead. And it's not that I have a problem with her, but it's just there's a couple of shots where she's talking. It's just like, we're talking about it off podcast, but it's that female trope of trying to be tough and just acting like you're acting to be tough. She seems just a little bit, you know, she's like, I'm a rebel, I rebel. And I'm like, all right, we get it, calm down. And then she says something else, and she's, you know, like, what did you say? Yeah,
Maybe
she's
what
like,
you're
yes,
reacting
sir.
to is that it's like almost pedestrian, like.
No, it's just a little bit. She doesn't seem that interesting to me yet. The film does, and the world does, but from the little I've seen of her, and I'm sure she's meant to seem interesting to me because they're trying to look at this cool character. She's very different from the others, and she's rough and shreddy. And it's like, I don't really believe that, and it's not interesting enough for me just for someone to be grumpy and bullshit. You know, like I want to see something interesting about them as a character or something personal that I can resonate with. So I'm still waiting for that, and I'm sure it will be in there. But that was my only real criticism. My other criticism is purely we just came off Force Awakens, and like, as much as I love this, and I think you know, on a personal level, I would be more excited for this than Force Awakens, definitely. I'm not, and I think it's purely because, you know, when the Force Awakens trailers came out last year, hadn't seen anything like that. Bless you. In decades, and when we had last seen it, the trailers were alright actually for the first episode, you know, episode 1, 2, 3 films, but the films were not good. So it's been a long time, if not my entire lifetime, since I've seen the Star Wars trailer that was, fuck me, this is Star Wars and it looks incredible. And the Force Awakens did that, and I was so excited. And I remember us being on this podcast, and you and me, Nate, going to watch it.
I didn't want to watch it.
Alex didn't want to watch it, and then you finally came through and watched it. And did you watch it late that night?
No, I watched it like 10 minutes after you
Yeah,
guys.
that's right.
You're like, I'm never watching it. I'm not going to watch it. I'm just going to wait till the film. Wait till the film or I'll go watch it. And I was so excited. We came through like, that was fucking amazing. And this didn't make me feel that way.
Yeah.
And I think, yeah, sure, it's partly you don't have that nostalgia of everyone's back. The music's back, not hinted at like in this. The music is like bombastic in the trailer. And it was the first time, you know, so.
And it was really good with The Force Awakens, yes, because there was that time period. And I think the way they released their sequence of the two teasers and then the main trailer were just so well cut and such like, it was so climactic in the way that it built to that moment in the last trailer with the Millennium Falcon and the big rise in the score. Like
The language.
whoa.
The language was better.
The way I
It was
look
like
at
my
it-
father has
Yeah,
it. It's just
yeah.
like all that shit was more. It was more effective as a trailer.
But I just think there's the wind up is so successful with that, you know. The way I look at it is, if you look at the Marvel Universe, Captain America 2 is way better than Avengers. Guardians is way better than Avengers. Civil War will be way better, probably, than any of them. I will never be as excited as I was the first time I went and see Avengers with any other Marvel movie, you know? And Avengers is nowhere near as good a movie as any of those other movies. But that excitement of that first time, everyone's together, you've had years of that wind up, you know, it was fucking great. And that's how Force Awakens was. So even though I think this will be a better movie, no, I'm not as excited for it. But I absolutely have faith in Gareth. I'm really hoping this is the one where he gets, you know, he's got the power. Because Godzilla made good money. I'm hoping he's had the power to kind of get his personality all over this. I was excited. I sent him an email to say so as well. I don't email him very often. I was like, fucking loved your trailer.
Yeah.
So to destroy the Death Star, just a spoiler alert, you have to shoot proton torpedoes into a little hole that's no more than 2 meters.
Proton or photon?
Photon, sorry. And then he's like, and
the name of his
then,
camera
and then
body.
the guy's like,
It's like,
that's impossible. And then Luke goes, that's not impossible. I used to shoot womp rats like that on my T-16 back home. They're no more than 2 meters.
yeah.
It's true story.
He's right.
Also, I didn't like Forrest Whitaker in this.
Yeah.
I like his voiceover. I didn't like him when you see him. I thought he looked ridiculous.
Yeah, it's too much.
Ridiculous is a strong word.
I was gonna say her character, and then describing her, I was like, wait, this is kind of just like a setup for Star Trek, the first one, where he's kind of a rebel, and then they talk about how he's a rebel,
Oh, yeah.
and
Chris
then
Pine.
he becomes the captain, which he's gonna be like a leader. Yeah.
This looks less fun, though, and more serious, which
Yeah.
I appreciate. But
I really like that sound of.
yeah, if they did a whole film just with a siren, that'd be great.
Fucking- that's all you need.
All right, there you go. Rogue One.
Yay.
Yeah, we need to get out of here. We're going to move very quickly into a little section we like to call...
Chris Pratt, can you give me some money?
Money.
Can you give me some money?
Did you miss that? Were you singing it in Texas, Nate?
No, I don't.
No,
sing
sometimes
that.
you sing that song. You said it in the shower sometimes when you're watching.
That's what I'm.
So for the uninitiated, such as yourself, Crystal, that little jingle means it is time for this week's movie and game releases. We will rush through these because we are short on time. Coming up first.
Well, technically, we don't know because we're not sure when we're going to die. So we could have plenty of time.
We are going
Very
forever. So,
Number
coming
one.
out this Friday, April 15th, the first film, The Jungle Book. Directed by, my notes here say, Don Favreau.
Is that John Favreau's?
Could be John Favreau's brother. Stars Neil Setti, Bill Murray, Idris Elba, Ben Kingsley, Scarlett Johansson, and Christopher Walken.
What did you hold? You held yourself.
I love Idris Elba.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, he's great.
Oh, yeah, he's a beauty.
My name is John Luther.
Who's gonna
John
go
Luther.
love
see-
John
Ripley.
Who's going to go see Jungle Book?
Probably not.
John Wick? 2?
I'm definitely going
There's
to see
singing in
Jungle
it.
Book.
Sounds like something I'd pirate when I'm feeling really depressed.
So sad.
You get to have Bill Murray
Why?
singing
Depression
Baloo
is common.
songs.
I don't-
Anything that brings me back to my childhood,
So
I'm obsessed with.
you like these live-action Disney remakes, though?
Yes, I do.
You're a big fan?
I do.
So you were talking about this beforehand. You love anything, that brings you back to your childhood. Fun things.
I'm
Brave Little
super
Toaster?
nostalgic.
No.
Yes.
The only one
I'll
What
avoid
was-
anything that
so
brings
you,
me back there.
Did you sometimes it's just hard to find the will. Did you have a Disney film growing up that was your favorite? Like,
Oh my gosh, so many. I definitely was super obsessed with The Little Mermaid, and I sang everywhere I went. I had 2 jobs when I was 7 years old, and
didn't we all?
yeah. I was.
How did you have 2 jobs when you were 7?
Well, my mother owned a cleaning company, and
Okay.
so at night after school, I would clean a Hertz car rental and a hospital.
Do you have people's addresses? Because I'm gonna let childcare know. Because this sounds ridiculous.
Yeah, no, it was insanely stupid.
Hustling.
But that's
Hustling.
what
Your
my
life.
parents
Life.
did. Yeah,
That was
I
your
mean, they wanted us to learn the value of $1, and so that was what we did. So I didn't really have an escape until I would go away to my grandparents' house, and I would watch movies and pretend and just be a kid, jump on the trampoline and do all that kind of
I
fun
never had a
stuff. So.
trampoline.
Nice.
My grandparents actually had a trampoline inside their house
That's a bad idea.
that like it had like a floor that covered it.
What?
And, yeah, this is insane.
like
and so it's
built
on
in?
the floor level?
yeah,
That's
so
so
cool.
it was like
Trampoline room.
trampoline on floor level, and then the floor would cover it, and you would lift it up, or it would go down, and there was a full court basketball
boogie-
court.
What?
Yeah.
What magical kingdom did you grow up in?
My grandparents were amazing.
Sounds like your grandparents. I'm sorry, I'm going to get involved in personal shit, but it sounds like your grandparents probably should have given your parents some money so you didn't have to bust your ass so hard
Or at
while
least
you
the
were growing up.
basketball court.
It didn't matter because, I mean,
Whatever.
My
I'm not trying to get involved.
Yeah.
I just
No.
Sorry. Snap judgment.
You can come back for
No,
one. We'll do a
but
special
my,
cast on.
my grandparents would give them money, and they wouldn't. Yeah. So,
Well,
Oh,
Good to know.
Okay, whole story there. Sorry.
yeah. No, it's fine.
80s, 90s, dude.
80,
No,
90.
come on. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt your flow. That was really shitty.
So
I'm
you're,
sorry.
so you're excited for Jungle
So
Book?
yes, I'm excited for Jungle Book. I love everything that is nostalgic of just being a kid and being just being a kid.
Fair enough. So you're most excited for the Little Mermaid live action one they're doing?
Yeah. Well, I mean, as long as I can be a mermaid.
Wanna see them dancing.
Also coming out this week,
Walking
What's it
around
called?
on those.
Yes.
we have a movie called Criminal, which is in a last-ditch effort to stop a diabolical plot. Dead CIA operatives' memories. Anyway, it's a CIA film. It stars Robin Hood, Deadpool, and Wonder Woman.
I love Robin Hood.
So, in other words, Kevin Costner. My notes here say Brian Reynolds and Gal Gadot.
So lots of, it's 2 very cool people and then Kevin Costner.
Let me be in your film,
I
guys.
love Kevin Costner. Like, he was in, I'm a Kevin Costner apologize. He was in some of the greatest films ever made.
The Postman.
Fact.
Postman.
Yeah,
Waterworld.
but not made greater by him being in it.
Yeah, somewhere.
What's your favorite Kevin Costner
Oh,
film?
name one.
JFK. It's phenomenal.
Oh, okay.
Oh, JF. Oh.
Do you really want me to do it? Because I have the first.
No,
We don't have
Shut
time.
the fuck up, man! The first 10 minutes of my film Geeks are literally one person arguing why everyone's unfair to Kevin Costner. Because all they remember is shitty films, and he's in so many good films.
Kevin
Okay,
Costner
I just
is
want to know your top
fucking-
3 Kevin Costners.
Oh, you read
JFK.
You read the next thing, and I'll come back to it.
Okay. Next up, which is this movie I'm actually looking forward to when I saw the trailer.
Seriously, me too.
Green Room, which is a horror film. After witnessing a murder, a punk rock band is forced into a vicious fight for survival against a group of
Maniacal.
Full of mini.
skinheads. Stars Anton Yelchin, Imogen Poots, Alia Shawkat, and Sir Patrick Stewart.
You have a sir in there?
Love Patrick Stewart.
Yeah. Al, what do you think? You're a horror...
I'm really excited for Green
Aficionado?
Room for one simple reason. This is the follow-up film from the guys who made Blue Ruin. And Blue Ruin is a film we're using a lot as a template for how we're doing our film, because it was made for very little money. They put all their own money in it. They bought the C300 that this podcast is filmed on. If you're watching it on YouTube, same camera.
Hey.
Very cheap camera considering. And they're a great testament to indie success. So this is their follow-up. The money they made from Blue Ruin. I'm very excited for it because festivals loved it. Said it was very spooky.
Excellent.
I like the spookies.
You do like the spookies. And finally, coming up is Colonia, which is a young woman's desperate search for her abducted boyfriend that draws her into the infamous Colonia Dignidad, a sect nobody ever escaped from. It's by a German director called Florian Gallenberger. Stars Emma Watson. So that's it for this week's movie releases. I'll just recap that. I've got The Juggle Book, Criminal,
The Juggle Book.
Green Rom, and Colonia. And that's it for movie releases. Moving on to video game releases, which are coming out when you will be listening to this podcast, Tuesday, April 12th. We have first coming up, I don't know if you guys have heard of this one. I don't think we've talked about it at all. Dark Souls 3.
Woo! Woo! Woo!
Who's playing that? Who's committed to that torture? Because
We're actually
I'm out.
We're going to do some...
Dude, I cannot do that to myself. Oh, Justin.
Yeah,
Me and
I
Jesten
take
are doing it.
it.
Adrian's doing it as well. We're going to do some Twitch feeds when I'm back from my travels. Might even do some while I'm on my travels.
I'm probably gonna get
Yeah,
really
so just
mad.
to share with our
Fast.
listeners,
I was scarred from
last
rage
week
quitting as a
Al put a bunch of games on the table and sort of asked who wants to play what. And these guys nominated Dark Souls 3. I chose Quantum Break. Nate, what did you end up choosing?
Quantum breaks.
A career.
Your words don't hurt me.
No, actually, I was gonna choose Quantum Break, but then I didn't have time.
So yeah.
Alex, this has been the longest podcast ever, and we didn't get around to two essential things. One was talking about your feelings in Quantum Break. You had the job of playing some of it.
Yep.
Can you summarize your feelings very quickly?
Look, I was a bit skeptical about the breaking into the episode thing because I thought it would wreck the rhythm a little bit. However, I have enjoyed it. I feel like, games visually look good enough now to work in a sort of more seamless way where they can shift into live action stuff. I still think the episode itself was maybe a little bit long, but very cinematic, which really surprised me. It looked like something that you could run on TV.
Yeah.
Like it didn't look like, oh, this is just made for a video game.
Well, this is one of the things. We're just going to... Fuck it. We're just going to split this podcast online because it's going to be too long now. We're just going to split it up. It's going to be our first one. We're going to split it up. Because that was one of the reasons I wanted to talk to Chris about it, because it's interesting with mocap now. Like, so this game Quantum Break just came out. Some big people in it. You got Littlefinger from Game of Thrones. It's one of the leads. You got Iceman.
Sean Ashmore.
You got Sean Ashmore. I stood behind him once. And,
He has a twin brother.
yeah, he does. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you've got the dude from
Identical twin.
from the Lord of the Rings. And Lost.
One of the Hobbits.
Yeah. The guy from Lost in the band in Lost.
Oh,
Remember him?
nice.
Him.
Yeah.
Anyway, you got a bunch of cool people. Actually, one of my manager's clients. He's a friend with Jesten. We just found out, which is weird. She's in it as well.
Yeah.
Amelia, she's
Rose
awesome.
Blair.
She's the cop in it, Alex.
Oh, yeah.
She was in Scream. She was in.
Yeah.
She's cool. because we're moving to a weird place with the mocap where you're getting more and more like Rise of the Tomb Raider. She looks incredible in that,
Right.
And she looks so realistic. Obviously not real realistic, but movement and detail. It feels coherent.
Yeah, I mean they were talking about on the behind the scenes. They literally went in so that you could like see the pores on her face. Like it was so detailed and so dynamic what they were trying to do, and I think that it came across really good. I think that it's just going to continue to get better.
Yeah.
And I think it's great because I mean there's only so many films that come out, and then you get an opportunity to do mocap, and then an artist gets to work on that form of you as well. So it's like giving many more jobs to this
And it's
very
weirdly
small
kind of preserved in a way as
Yeah,
well. Because there's stuff
exactly.
you can do with some of those elements and other things.
exactly. Yeah.
I'm going to pause this conversation 1 second. Alison, I've just noticed you're still here. You can run away because this is going on way too long and you're just standing even off camera and just listening to this, which is crazy. Crazy. So go and live your life. There's a whole city.
Oh, that's kind of mean. She's kind of like, or if you're having fun, you can stay.
No one's having fun. No one's listening anymore. No one's watching. Everyone
But
went.
she might have been enjoying it. She's like, wow,
Are you
man, these
leaving,
people are
or-
crazy.
I really want to know what these guys have to say about Quantum Break. That's what she's waiting for right now.
What? See, now
Alison,
you
you've been
kicked her out.
amazing.
Don't work too hard.
Wow,
Don't work
dude.
too hard.
We're about to start talking about Quantum Break.
All this. Okay. Hugs all around.
Hugs all around.
Hug break! Hug break! Rejected.
Yeah.
Bye, Alison.
You are not
Thank
as
you for
loved.
everything today.
See ya.
Rejected on the podcast.
Yeah, this game looks beautiful. Even playing it because I'm lucky enough to have this projector. We play stuff on 110-inch screen. It makes games look horrible. This game looks fucking beautiful.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm finding it. So this game, Crystal, I don't know if you heard of it, but they go from playing the actual game to an episode of a TV show, to playing the game to an episode of a TV show. But it's integrated into it. And as you make decisions, you watch a different episode of the TV show. So you
Right.
won't see all the episodes they
Right,
show.
right.
You'll see like one. And then what happens in it will affect different bits in the story. Not in a huge branching way, but there's,
Right.
but in some ways. Which is really cool. And then at the end, before you get the TV show, it tells you the decisions you made and who else made them. So I played it a bit late, so a bunch of my friends' things came up and it said, this
Right.
friend did this. So I saw
Was
you
I one of
chose.
the only ones that made that choice?
You were, yeah.
I think I was in a pretty low.
Yeah, I was going to say, that was a weird choice to make.
Yeah.
I gotta play this again at some point.
But I just find it really gimmicky. I find it really
Yeah.
needless to move into the TV show.
Yeah.
Actors who are playing their mocap version in the game and then playing, obviously, themselves in reality, in real life, in the live
Right.
action show. And that's weird. It's just kind of jarring because
Yeah.
I'm getting used to, wow, it's so beautiful. The faces look amazing. And then you see them in the live action
Right.
thing, you're like, oh. And then it just reminds you of how much they don't look like themselves
Right.
when you go back to the game.
Yeah, it was funny with that. There was a point when I was like, "Oh, cool! They're introducing new characters in the live action that aren't going to be in the game."
Yeah.
And then the more the game characters started filtering in, I think I sort of had that reaction of just like, I mean, I still felt very accepting of it just because the quality's still
quality's
so
good.
high, but I totally
It's
know what you
not.
mean.
It's not like a Daredevil. It's more like an Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. than a Daredevil for me.
Yeah,
the TV
yeah.
Show. It's like it's totally fine. I wouldn't watch it if it was just out as a TV show.
Yeah.
Personally,
still,
it's not
it's
bad.
still better than what I expected for a video game.
Yeah, but it's but I mean, it's got good pedigree in it. It's good actors in it. But it's just kind of, I don't see that the game is better for having the TV episodes in it. It's just more interesting as an idea, but I don't actually think it helps the game in any way. It's kind of just pick your medium and tell your story. And if there is a way to move back and forth, find something more interesting than literally just, I play 2 hours of the game and then I sit for half an hour and watch an episode
Yeah.
and then I play 2. It's like, I get that that's a cool idea. I want to be on board with that, but I don't feel it adds anything.
Yeah, well, it was funny because for me also after the moments in the live action part where I saw the consequences of my choices, which happened pretty much immediately in the live action section.
Yeah.
I kind of was like, oh, cool, great. And then
Then you
half
gotta
watched it.
sit for-
I sort of tuned out and
Yeah.
kind of dropped in and out of it.
But the gameplay is really cool.
But the gameplay's awesome.
Like, it's very fluid. I'm increasingly learning as I get older, I just don't care about shooting people anymore. So I'm like, something, like Tomb Raider or like, even Uncharted, there's huge amounts of shooting which drive me crazy, but the story is so good that I'm happy to go get through that. With this, I'm like, the story isn't good enough. It's a good story, but it's not good enough for me to really care enough with the fighting.
Yeah.
And the fighting mechanics are really cool. They're really fluid, but they give it to you very early. They give you all the powers very early.
Yeah.
And then I'm finding already, and I've only played for a few hours. I'm already about 40% through, 50% through, and I'm
How
kind
many?
of
So have you
bored.
seen one episode?
I'm at the beginning of the second episode now.
Right. Yeah, I'm almost up there.
And I'm just I'm just a little bit bored. You know, I'm just kind of, well, I don't really care about shooting people, and but it's beautifully put together.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Quantum Break done. So what? Sorry, did you get through the releases?
Yeah. So
Computer
video
games.
releases, Dark Souls, big Dark Souls 3, which is what you guys have chosen. So we'll be talking about that next week.
Yeah, we will. Or when I
Uh,
get back from
If
my
you
trip.
guys are still alive, presumably.
It's gonna be a tough one.
Yeah, it's gonna be pretty gnarly.
I've
don't
just
even know
finished
if I might play
watching-
video games after playing that.
Yeah, I just finished watching the IGN playthrough of the first one where they got someone who'd never played Dark Souls before to play the first one. And it's 17 episode series. Each episode's an hour long, and they're edited down heavily. One episode took them a full week to do one bit that they were trying to get through. And it's so I sent this to Adrian because he was like, I want to play. I was like, watch this so you know what you're getting yourself into. And he started watching them, I don't know, about 4 days ago. He just sent me a text going, I just finished all 17 episodes. I was like, oh, I'm so glad someone else is as dorky as me that they find this entertaining. But it's just so funny. You just watch these three dudes who are on the UK podcast for IGN.
Yeah.
You watch them start off as friends, and then they just like hate each other, and then they're just going crazy and singing songs, and then like it's a journey.
Oh, I don't know if I
Yeah.
can do it.
Wonderful.
I'm kind of up to the challenge now.
This is a war of attrition. these
Nate,
games.
yeah, it's like
this is a
you're
war of attrition.
you're fighting against like a wave that just never ends.
Yeah.
You can never break through.
Like,
Someone-
like the controls, or like
No,
what do you
no.
mean it's
The
difficult? Like,
force of the game is
like
like
it's
fighting
difficult.
against you. It literally is gonna break you down.
It will
into-
break you.
It will break you, and then you're like, I think I could do this, and then you think you fix yourself.
Nope.
But no, you're just broken.
Plus, because
you're
it'll tell
insane
you
now.
nothing.
Yeah.
Absolutely
And then-
nothing. And things will happen, and suddenly you realize, oh, that's permadamage. So your life is now at half. And because it was at, a little bit down, things get more impossible, and then your sword breaks. And then you can't, then you just get damaged some more, and then you don't save in the right place, or you save then because it's all you can do. And every time you save, all the fucking enemies in the
Wait, so
world
when
come
you
back
mean,
to
like-
life again.
Yeah.
When you say perma-damage, does that mean when you
can never get that back again.
when you
but you
respawn,
can.
it's back to like
Yeah,
that low.
and so then every time you're doing the thing that you had trouble doing, it's impossible. It's harder for you every time you try, and you're fucking going down and down and down. This is only on certain circumstances, but it won't explain
That's
this.
kind of interesting, though.
just-
Like,
oh.
I want it that way. I want it to change. I want it to be different, so that you can't get the codes from someone and be better.
But do
Like-
you?
Well, hey, tell you what, Crystal, come around and play some Dark Souls.
Come.
yeah. If you thought Rocket League was difficult,
If you like Stockholm
game-
Syndrome, well, this game is
Yeah,
a
just
game
watch.
for you.
So do a search for IGN. Prepare to try, and watch a couple of.
so
those
do
videos.
people just like never finish the game? Is that
Oh,
the
people
deal?
Most
do.
people do. I mean, people
But-
play it with the Rock Band drum control.
Wait, so like really?
yeah. But it's the internet. Someone's done everything.
So wait. Let me just ask. Like, what am I trying to ask? What percentage of people who start to play the game
Oh,
do you think finish?
Nothing. I would say you're talking about under 1%, probably.
Really?
Yeah.
And also, I have a friend who's crazy and 100% games, and he 100% like Dark Souls, Bloodborne.
I'm
all
doing
that.
it with this one.
and the super gnarly like skill or difficulty. It's insane. I watch.
Wait, he does it at the hardest difficulty.
Yeah, and
I
I'm just
finished it.
and like he was playing this one boss for maybe like 2.5 weeks. I'm like, dude.
But this is the
you're
thing.
so close to killing this guy. Just
Sorry, Chris.
fucking
No,
stop.
go ahead.
No.
How do you drop
you-
in and
No,
out
you.
playing the boss? Like,
No,
for so long?
no. He
Or you just
played
kept
it
dying?
every day.
Right.
And I mean, like, we he
So
just
what, like,
picked it
you
up at
die
night
and
and
you
you
go
play
again?
and you.
But
play.
would you rather be finished with the game 2 days after you get it, or have difficulty and it takes you a while to
Oh,
master
this is a
it?
game
10
that
days
can take
max.
a year.
And it's fine. That you're well paying your money's worth.
Yeah, that
Because
is
you
very true.
will, you'll play forever and ever, and I mean, at least you're investing in something that is gonna last a long time
Oh,
instead
yeah.
of
It's-
getting
this'll
something
last.
and you're like, oh, great, like
The thing
I
with
finished
Dark
it
Souls.
in 3 days.
Oh,
But this is genuinely the thing with Dark Souls. If you are sensible and smart, and it does help if you have some prior knowledge, because you'll know these certain things that I'm saying that can fuck you, and you just have to restart your game because there's no way out of it. But if you're sensible and smart, anyone can finish Dark Souls. They really can. Like, anyone can do it. What's beautiful about the game is the thing that fucks you, it's your ego. And it's you playing it like you'd play on any other video game. Where at some point you get sloppy. And at some point you're just like, I'll just get one extra hit in. It's like, no, you can't ever do that. You have to get one hit in, fucking parry, get off. One hit in, parry, get off. And it's all about patience. And if you're patient to begin with, and you grind it like that, by the later levels, you're actually really powerful. And it's like, they'll still throw in something that, is a curveball, but it's totally handable. This is a handable.
I would be so bad at this game because I am so impatient when it comes to video games.
Yeah, you wouldn't.
I could not. I should not.
Seriously, though, just watch one of these videos because they're really funny anyway, so it's worth watching. And it'll give you an idea. This is apparently the hardest one as well because this is their last one.
You and I should play it.
I'm like too impatient for NBA
3.
2K.
What's the next game?
Also coming out is Ratchet and Clank.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is just the reviews went up yesterday.
Oh, it's so beautiful.
It's got fantastic reviews.
So
This is a brand new Ratchet and Clank game.
This is technically a remake of the original Ratchet and Clank game. The film is coming out this month or next month or whatever at cinema. This looks like a Pixar film that you're playing. It's so so pretty.
You need to look at the trailer of that. I haven't seen it. Also coming out is Risk of Rain.
No, that's not a real game.
Stories, The Path of Destinies.
No.
That's it. Ratchet and Clank, Dark Souls 3. Enjoy.
Wait. So everyone has to pick a movie and a game.
Okay.
This week, what would you put your money in?
The Jungle Book.
I'm going to Green Room.
Wait, are you guys talking about the
Wait.
top box top?
No. We're just picking which one you
the
want.
movie that I would see would be Green Room.
Yeah, I'd go Green Room.
Yeah.
Green Room.
Like Crystal, have a look.
Mine's Jungle Book. For sure.
Don't even need to see it.
Yeah, probably.
Forget it.
Probably Green Room. Yeah.
Okay, you got outvoted, Crystal. The official.
course I I'm the only girl.
I said Jungle Book and then I switched it.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
So we're saying go see the Green Room. And video games, I'm saying play some Dark Souls. Do it.
I'm gonna do Risk of Bane.
I'm going to do Ratchet and Clank.
Dark
Love
Souls.
my Ratchet and Clank.
I love the darkest souls.
Crystal, you're
I'm
the
gonna have
deciding.
to try the Dark Souls.
Yeah, that was the correct answer.
Yeah.
Our official
I mean, I
podcast
have
recommendation.
to try it now. You guys really sold me on it.
Dolls.
It's super
Play some
gnarly.
Dark Souls. Box office, we didn't do predictions last week because Alex wasn't
I
here.
did.
So what's the fun? Did you?
Yeah, the boss is gonna do number 1. Is what I
What's
said.
here?
You weren't here last week.
Yeah.
I wasn't
Bad
here
week
either.
for movies.
Yeah, I
wasn't
was.
it?
Oh, Nate wasn't here.
It was a bad week for me.
He was dead.
Number Here are the top 20 films of the last week. I Saw the Light. It's at number 20. The Force Awakens, number 19. Kung Fu Panda 3 at 18. Everybody Wants Some at 17. London Has Fallen at 16. Demolition at 15. Midnight Special at 14. I still haven't seen that film. I really want
Yeah,
to
I
see
need
it.
to see it.
Hello, my name is Doris, number 13. I just like reading that one out. I'm going to be sad when it's gone. Hello. Meet the Blacks at number 12.
Wait,
I
what?
want to be like the little caterpillar in Labyrinth. Hello.
Hello, my name's Doris.
That's how he speaks. Deadpool at number 11. Iron Sky at number 10. 10 Cloverfield Lane at number 9. The Divergent series Allegiant at number 8. God's Not Dead 2 at number 7. Miracles from Heaven at number 6. Hardcore Henry at number 5. So this film, everyone seems to love it, has not made money.
Really?
$5 million.
Yeah.
That's all it's made. To be fair, it probably didn't cost them that much to make it.
Oh yeah.
The effects look pretty well.
Well, they're meticulous. Bless you.
The effects
Nope,
look.
not a bless you.
Nope.
You're right.
It's a
You
cough.
dying?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, everybody
okay.
loves this
Hardcore
film, but
Henry.
it's just not made money. So,
All right.
which is surprising because it looked like the kind of film that would be a real
Well,
runaway
it's just
success.
not at any of the major cinemas. I mean, which seems crazy to me.
So all of them around here in Venice. Anyway. I don't
Really?
know.
Because I don't know. On the east side, I could
actually
not fucking find it anywhere. Did
People-
you notice
Really?
that?
No, I don't want to see it. So.
Really?
Yeah.
Why do you want to see it?
I don't know. I just don't know if I could sit through 90 minutes of that.
I think that's what people are worried about. So they've called out that people won't go and see it because people are worried it's going to make them nauseous. So they've actually just released the making of to show the efforts he went through to make sure no one ever feels nauseous. And apparently you don't at all. Like it's filmed in a particular way where it's there's special gyros that were made just for the film to keep it stable and smooth so you never feel sick.
Yeah, for me it's not even a nauseous thing. It's just I don't know if I could engage in that for that long.
Well, why try new things? Yeah.
Exactly. No, exactly.
Cinema should always be in a little fucking box, right?
Well then,
Exactly.
here's one for you, Alex. At number 4, My Big Fat Greek Wedding 2.
I'm a quarter Greek, actually.
At 3, Zootopia.
Woo!
Number
Which
2,
quarter?
the box office flop, Batman vs. Superman, Dawn of Justice. And number 1, usurping it by under $200,000, so it's really close, The Boss.
Oh.
No, you didn't.
So Melissa McCarthy.
Anyone seen that?
I don't watch Melissa McCarthy films.
Oh, see, I love her. I think she's so incredible. But this just falls short for me. It looks campy and corny.
What other films not look campy and corny?
No,
Really?
not
about The
necessarily.
Spy?
Well, The Spy was terrible too. But no, I
Give me a good, because I've got no problem with her as a person. I just don't like that type of film. Because I don't
You
like...
hated.
Okay.
You hated the wedding.
Bridesmaids.
Yeah, I
He
don't like
hated
Bridesmaids.
Bridesmaids.
Oh gosh,
Yeah,
how did you
Bridesmaids was
hate
funny.
Bridesmaids?
I don't find
oh my
that shit
gosh.
funny. I don't find just
Whoa.
dumb, like people doing dumb things funny.
Well, maybe it's not dumb just because it's not your humor.
No, I'm not calling it dumb. I'm not calling it dumb.
I agree with that. I
I'm just
don't
saying-
find that.
It's like Will Ferrell humor,
to
but
have
with girls
guests.
doing it. Well, it's just Will Ferrell. I don't like it when Will Ferrell does it. I don't like it when talented girls do it either.
Have you seen Elf?
I don't like Elf.
How do you don't like when he's eating the pasta?
I don't like Will Ferrell.
Wait.
Let me stay in your country.
Wait, did you like Stranger Than Fiction?
Stranger Than Fiction is a good film, but not
Oh.
because of Will Ferrell.
But you like Stranger Than Fiction.
Yeah, I like two
Will
films
Ferrell.
he's done.
He loves Will Ferrell.
I like Stranger Than Fiction, and I like Everything Must Go.
Talladega Nights.
Yeah.
Oh.
No,
Okay.
and he's good in
Eastbound and Down?
Romeo Must Die.
Everything Must Go.
Romeo Must Die. He's great in that.
Sorry.
No, I mean, I absolutely agree with you. I don't generally find stupidity funny. I don't like.
Really?
Ali G. What the hell?
Because
Is
you guys laugh at me all the
stupid.
time.
Ali G.
Ali
what-
G.
the-
Sacha Baron Cohen.
So yeah, all of that crap is retarded to me, and I don't understand it at all. But Bridesmaids was not like that. That was like, it was so typically every girl on this planet, like
That's my
being
problem.
stupid.
But this is a long conversation that I don't really want to get into.
Okay.
But that's my problem. I've actually got no problem with Bridesmaids. It's not to my sensibilities, so that's fine. My problem with it, I got very angry at the time just because it was held up as a feminist film, and I was just like, females deserve fucking more than girls basically acting, doing The Hangover. That's true. And that's all it was. It was The Hangover. And guess what?
Yeah, it
was not
absolutely
a
was.
feminist
But why
film.
is it okay
It was
for The
held up as a
Hangover?
feminist film
Who
at the time.
held it up as a feminist?
Everybody, because
No.
girls weren't getting good roles at that point, and this was an ensemble female cast film. That's not up for debate. That's everybody. It's just on
I
every
don't
critical
feel that
review.
at all. So why is it okay for The Hangover to be popular but not Bridesmaids?
I'm not saying it's not okay for it to be popular.
Why do you hate women, Al?
Yeah, all guy cast.
I'm saying the exact opposite thing.
Yeah, all guys cast Bridesmaid 2. It's called the Men of Honor.
I'm saying I didn't say it's not okay for it to be big. I'm just saying for me it was disappointing that that's what women were at the time holding up.
Right.
Of this is a great example of feminist filmmaking, and it's like it's
Yeah, I don't
women
think-
acting as dumb as men act.
it
And
was
for
a
me,
good-
that doesn't
I mean,
make
look,
it.
I think what Bridesmaid did was it opened up an all-female cast to the
it was an
mainstream.
important step.
But like in terms of filmmaking, it was who directed it?
Paul.
A male.
Yeah, Paul Feig.
Yeah.
It's a male. I mean, it's not like a feminist film. It
Right.
just features an all-female cast.
I'm
So,
just
but,
saying
yeah,
what
yeah.
fucking articles are written about it held up as an important feminist film. It was an important film because it was a step, but it was very disappointing for me because I was just like, I don't like it when dudes do this in Hangover because guess what? It's guys being stupid. When girls do it, somehow it's girls being realistic. It's like, no, it's girls being stupid. And the girls I
Right.
know are not like the girls in Bridesmaids.
feel like, yeah,
the
we've-
guys I
yeah.
know are not the guys in Hangover.
We've had this debate before. I mean, we can get into it. But I mean, I personally think that like people are like, I don't think stupid is funny, but like, I think there's a long history of stupid being funny.
Oh,
And yes,
absolutely.
I think stupid is
that's
funny.
just personal taste. I don't find those things funny. I'm not going to find it funny suddenly because it's cool because girls are doing it.
Yeah.
Right.
I
Right.
don't find it any
Right.
better when a guy does it. No, but I just don't like guys doing it, and I don't like girls doing it. I like
What about
I like to
transgender?
like my
What about a
fucking
transgender
characters.
cast?
I just like all I like is to like my characters, and I didn't like anyone in Bridesmaids, and I didn't like anyone in The Hangover. It's that simple. It doesn't mean there aren't moments that I find
Right.
amusing in them. I
Right.
found bits of Hangover amusing. I found bits of Bridesmaids amusing. They're fine.
Right.
But if I don't care about a character, I don't give a shit.
They
And I
needed
didn't
a
like-
little more
Actually,
humanity
I see
on
what you're
top
saying.
of the comedy.
And I kind of agree.
Huh.
There is a hollowness to those films. Yeah.
All right,
Fair enough.
Yeah.
that was a weird turn.
You make a good point. I mean, I like the movie.
Well,
Yeah, that's
done.
fine.
And it had heart, I thought, but it's not. Yeah, there is a certain shallowness to it. It's limited.
Yeah, but
Definitely.
that's exactly why you go to see a film like that. You don't
Yeah.
go to see, Sean Penn
No.
acting as an idiot.
Yeah,
You know
don't
what I
get me
mean?
wrong.
Like, there's specific things,
I like-
specific genres for.
You know, I
specific
enjoyed
reasons.
fucking Van Wilder, and that's a worse form of Bridesmaids. But probably why
Yeah.
I liked it more is because, for whatever weird reason that's personal to me, Ryan
Right.
Reynolds in that was more likable as a
Right.
character than any.
He had more humanity.
Yeah.
Yeah, even though it's a worse film.
to sleep with him.
Oh, I do. No, just snuggle.
No, just
Well, yeah, sleep, but no sexual things, just sleeping.
what?
Literal
Would he spoon
Do
you or
not,
would you
do
spoon
not
him?
believe that.
I don't want to see spooning.
I saw the pillow.
It's the middle of the night. You don't know what's gonna happen.
Resting on chests is what I see.
Like bare chest or
Oh,
like,
yeah.
you guys
You
got,
on
like,
his, you on
tank
his
tops
chest,
on.
right?
Who sleeps with clothes on?
You on his chest or does it
I think
alternate?
it's chest on chest.
Sometimes.
Chest on chest.
No, because then that's
All in
penis to
agreement.
penis, and I'm
We
like,
all
oh,
would
No,
like to
because,
sleep with Ryan
because
Reynolds.
you guys could be laying on your sides and then your chests are touching, you know, because
how did we end up here?
Penis to thigh, penis to thigh. Chest to
Wait,
chest.
but what if you put your penis on his thigh and then he puts his on yours? Is that like
That's
what you
penis to
think?
thigh, penis to thigh.
Yeah.
Chest on chest.
There's, I know that's a very
So
like,
Kevin
needs,
Costner.
There needs
Oh,
to
yeah,
be
your
a
Kevin
new,
Costner films.
Yeah, Kevin
number sequence for that.
All right.
yeah.
It's not 69. It's what?
Hey, look at
Uh,
this. Beautiful.
90.
Being an art guy.
I don't know. Yeah, 99,
Trace to the beer bottle.
All right,
89.
reeling it back in.
Sounds
Okay.
Trace the beer
Sorry.
bottle.
Come on, bring it back.
Very quickly,
Yeah.
just to finish that conversation, films that I think are fantastic, genuinely, that Kevin Costner is the lead in.
Keycast.
JFK. It's one of my favorite films of all time.
Yeah, but not because of Kevin Costner. But
okay. Keep going.
I think he's perfect for that role. It doesn't mean, he's an incredible actor, but it's well cast. No, I'm not in any way saying Kevin Costner is an incredible actor. I'm just saying he's been very well cast.
Yeah.
It's one of the
Fair
best
enough.
films
Got it,
ever. The Untouchables.
yeah, well, that is a good one.
I am actually a big fan of Open Range. I think that's one of the best westerns ever made. 13 Days is one of my absolute favorites. It's about
13
just
Days,
before the
shut
Cuban
up.
Missile Crisis, and it's superb.
Ah,
very, very,
okay.
very good. And then there's obvious ones which I don't think are actually as good as these, but Dances with Wolves is an excellent film. Bull Durham is actually an excellent film.
Any of those in the last 5 years?
No, he hasn't done a good one in a long, long time.
Yeah.
Although I did
rock
like his
band.
mountain scene in Batman vs Superman.
Oh, did
He's
you
just
like
hanging
that
out on
scene?
top of a
I
mountain.
did. That's
I'm like, Kevin!
Kevin.
That was a funny.
all shocking.
I thought that was a funny scene.
Yeah, it was.
Sort of woke me
Funny
up.
movie.
You woke up.
What the hell?
Kevin
What movie am I
Costner's
watching?
in this too.
Is this Everest?
So where are we now? What's happening?
I don't know, man. It's been a fucking
It is
huge-
time for the quiz.
No, we're not doing the fucking quiz,
God.
man. We'll do. I had a box office thing a second ago. We did that.
I
We've
think we
done
should
that.
just
We're fine.
Sort of.
Let's just quit life, shall we? Crystal,
Yes.
I didn't prepare you for this, but
Okay.
are there any indie things that you would like to promote at all? Is there anything your friends are doing or you're doing? Apps, movies, music, websites?
Oh my gosh, there's so
Anything?
much.
What
There's
about
so
her
much.
What about her
Okay.
5 things list that she
She's
prepared?
we're going to do that in a minute. I missed it at
Okay.
the beginning. So about halfway through the podcast, I was like, fuck, we're overrunning.
We just have
and I'm
to
gonna have
wait.
to come back to this.
That's
at the
all
end.
right. You'll just have to wait to
No,
find
just
out
cut it.
information about me. There's this exciting app that is going to be launched in South Korea, and I am the face of it.
Oh,
What?
Yeah, it's basically it's translators on an Uber platform. So basically, you pay to have a translator come and teach you English.
oh, you mean on an actual Uber platform?
No, like on the app platform. So
Okay.
basically, you location-wise, you find a tutor,
Right.
Find a
English
local,
tutor.
yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
and so that's launching soon.
That's
You see,
cool.
like the tutors are roaming around on a map and they're
Yeah, they're walking.
right
They're
next to me, like-
they're walking.
Christoph is pondering at his piano.
So that's
what's
very
it called?
exciting. Well, that's where you should have prepared me.
Oh, sorry.
Christoph is
Sorry. You didn't have to bring it up.
I'll just. Yes, I
You could have
did.
said anything you wanted to.
Okay.
Wow, way to turn that against her, man.
I'm a
no,
deflector. That's what I do.
I'll just send you guys the information later.
Okay,
I'll put it on.
we're going to start putting annotations on stuff.
So
we'll put a
that
little link.
and that will obviously help our Korean fan base translate this podcast.
Yes.
Because now they can call translators over to the
Exactly.
house whilst this is happening.
Do you know what brings me joy is the idea of some poor fucker sitting down for 3 hours to wade through this drivel and translate it to another language.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many big things coming,
Yeah.
but there's not really much I can talk about right now.
Fine.
Because I'm waiting to hear if I get hired.
You have your secrets.
So, yeah.
That's fine.
Jesus.
We got-
Yeah, me
Secrets.
too. Woo! They're all at my doorstep.
It's a crystal.
No, not in that way. I'm so
No,
sorry.
no,
I
no,
came
I'm
across
fuck-
that
I'm
way.
telling
No.
you.
Man, wow, Nate, you got
That was a joke. I was actually
wow,
dude. That was
This
totally.
is why we don't have guests
totally a joke.
anymore, man. Takes a lot.
I'm looking
Sorry,
at you
I'm
how
sorry.
I look at Will Ferrell.
With those judgy
Crystal.
eyes.
Can you please tell us what I meant to ask you at the beginning of the podcast?
Yeah.
I got excited. I'm
Yes.
lost into things. So we like, I guess, to tell 5 things about themselves. I might even cut this and put it at the beginning.
Yeah.
Let's do a good edit.
You really should.
Yeah.
But then I've got to do it with the video, and I get tired. I'm sleepy. I'm very old.
Well, why do you
video,
have to?
that'll
Why
be
does
the
the
Easter
video
egg.
have
The
to
video will
match
be
up with the
different.
podcast?
Yeah.
It can
Oh.
actually be separate, and
Interesting.
that.
So if you're watching the video version, you're getting the real version.
Deal.
The audio version will get someone to
If
cut
you've
down
made
to
it this
20
far.
minutes.
So they'll be like, oh,
right.
the podcast was good. Wait, this video's like fucking 2 hours long.
Let's get-
Why is it not 20?
Let's get peace and quiet so I can get a good edit
Yeah.
point.
Oh,
Crystal. At the beginning, when we get a new guest in, we like to ask them if they can name 5 things about themselves that let our listeners understand who they are and, you know, if they relate to them in any way. This can be
Right.
anything you want, as specific as you want, as vague as you want.
well, there's actually quite a plethora of things that I think.
You get 5. But I like the word plethora, so I'll give you
Ooh.
6.
Okay, only 6. Okay.
Why do you like that word?
Well, first of all, I'm an extreme tomboy. I walk around in my Doc Martens. One of my favorite sayings is, "I can do anything a boy can do, and I'll do it in heels." And
But you're in Doc
that's-
Martens.
And
I'm in
heels.
Doc Martens right now, but yeah, like I used to work for the New York Mets, so it was really funny on the field. I mean, minus the players that played for the New York Mets, we used to have to throw T-shirts into the stands, and I could outthrow all the boys. And it's something that I'm very proud of. I'm definitely like I like when people don't underestimate me, and you know, if there's something heavy, a man tries to grab it out of my hands, no, I'm very much capable of doing everything a man can do.
Okay.
So
Arm wrestle. Oh, no,
it's on.
dude, have you seen? Oh.
Have you seen my man arms?
That was a good man
I
swing.
fainted. Somebody catch me.
Yeah, so that's one of my biggest things is I'm an extreme tomboy from going from my hair, which I chopped off about 4 years ago because all I was doing was bikini stuff, and I didn't really feel like LA was taking me seriously, and I wanted to be more than just the body.
I like to
So-
feel I'm the opposite. I like to feel I can do everything that a girl does. Other than give birth, because I don't think that's possible.
Oh, dude,
Have you not seen
Try
Junior?
Guys.
I have seen Junior.
Yeah, so
One
And
does
the
well.
Try Guys. Have
I
you
haven't seen
seen?
Try Guys.
Oh my gosh, they like strap stuff to their bellies and get,
to replicate the feeling of childbirth.
yeah.
Does it
Electrode.
really though?
Really?
Just like their
Yes.
nuts are just
Yeah.
quivering.
Yeah.
And
The
they
Try
don't even
Guys.
get a baby afterwards. Is that how they have to adopt?
you want to adopt? Wear this for 8 months. Enjoy. Oh, so you have to bathe in it.
What else, Crystal?
Well, I am, like I said earlier, I am a super Dunkin' Donuts psycho fan.
Oh yeah.
Psycho is the word that's worrying.
Oh, that.
You just stalk the donuts when they're not looking. And
It's so weird. Like, literally, there's people on Twitter that are like, that know that is the one commercial that I want to get. Like, if I could represent any company, that is what
Dunkin'
I
Donuts.
want.
That could be dangerous though, because then
But
they
maybe
could pay
you'd
you
be
a
so
donut.
excited you couldn't actually perform it. You know what I mean? It would be like
I think
maybe like,
I choke in
Yeah.
callbacks and stuff
Be
for
like
them.
my teenage
but,
love life.
yeah.
Teenage love
But
life.
Wanted it so
no,
bad
I
I'd
mean,
choke.
You mean you grew out of that? Sorry.
Okay, tomboy, Dunkin' Donuts.
Yes. I'm also very nostalgic. Everything that goes back to my childhood, I'm a huge fan of. My dad and I used to rebuild cars together, so we have a 57 210 Sport Coupe with a 427 engine, two 1940 Model A's.
Yeah. Cars, pistons.
Yeah, so I really love going to like car shows and things like that.
Spark plugs.
And anything that comes off the assembly line is, it is okay. It's pretty, but something you put your blood, sweat, and tears into. That's what I really, and
really
I
cool.
admire.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right.
I have an amazing deaf pit bull that is.
How do you know he's
amazing.
deaf and not just ignoring you?
I really thought he was just a little shit at first. For the first like 4 weeks of having him, I just thought he was a total,
man.
stubborn puppy.
This is the worst dog
And
ever.
then-
Nope.
A woman approached me on the street and came up and was petting him, and she was like, "Oh my God, is your dog deaf?" And I go, "Excuse me? Why would you say such an awful thing?" And she's like, "Oh no, white dogs usually are deaf."
White
White
dog?
dog?
Yeah.
That's racist.
No,
Yeah.
I hope you
well, my-
smacked that lady in the face and ran down the street as far as you can with your asshole dog who doesn't listen
Because
to anything you
dogs
say.
come from wolves, and so whatever genetic disposition that causes the white, it doesn't create something in their eardrum, and they're usually deaf.
Are you saying wolves
And-
are deaf?
Evolution,
And,
evolution's a bitch.
White, and especially the white with blue eyes. Those
He does
dogs.
have
We're just
blue
getting
eyes.
Aryan, basically.
Yeah.
Aryan dogs.
Yes, that's
Aryan
how
dogs are
Maybe
deaf.
the other
Aryan
dogs are
man
quite
should
lucky
go.
for that. You know what I mean? Like,
You wouldn't want to
That's
listen to
weird.
something.
Why would either, depending on your beliefs, God or evolution do that?
Well, little do you
it's-
guys know, Jesten and I have super hearing.
Yeah.
Is that because you got brown eyes and black hair?
I have to say though, it wasn't God that made these dogs. It was breeding over generations.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Hey man, he created the ingredients. We just made the stew.
That could be true.
Anyways, we're talking about dogs.
Oh, I
Yeah,
think you said God's deaf. Sorry,
Sorry.
I was confused.
Go on. That was good. That's good. Pit bull.
It's good to know.
Yeah.
So you have a
So,
white pit bull.
I have a white albino deaf pit bull. Yeah.
What's he
the
called?
dog's- I saw an
His-
albino kid the
oh.
other day.
His name's Mason.
Mason.
Yes, he was.
Mason.
My grandfather was a Freemason, so I named him after my grandfather. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
That is that 5 things? 4 things? 5 things?
No,
You go one more?
Go on more.
I've got one more.
Oh, you can do 2 more.
Okay. I'm a super fan of Orphan Black. If you
Oh.
guys haven't seen that, it's the best acting of TV.
Where's the
In
sentence
this-
going?
Short history. It's the best acting of the recent very
No,
recent
and-
history of television.
This girl she embodies everything that I want to be in an actress. She is a young Meryl Streep. She is Orphan Black. And it's an incredible story that I think if you haven't watched it, you just have to watch it. It's
Check it out.
I've seen it. It's an English show.
unbelievable.
It's
Made by
Yeah.
them
Toby
English
Kimmel
people.
or Toby, whatever his name's in it, right? No.
Toby Maguire.
No, it's Black Man.
Someone.
Walking away.
No, Tatiana Maslany.
Yeah, Katie used to watch this a lot.
Oh, I'm obsessed.
This show.
I love it.
I watched the first season.
Have all the fan art, everything. Like,
Just cast it
yes.
aside.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool.
I'm a geek over it.
So you got one more. Your final thing.
Okay, my
choose one.
final thing. I have an odd obsession with collecting
Dead.
Dairy Queen pink spoons.
But that's a betrayal to your Dunkin' Donut line.
Yeah.
I know. No, because
you can-
Baskin Robbins and Dunkin'
bang
Donuts
Wait a
those.
second.
are.
I think this ties into your nostalgia thing.
It does.
You're like,
It does.
I look back at these pink spoons and I can remember all those times that I had ice cream.
It's actually something completely different. I eat SpaghettiOs with a pink spoon.
You what? What?
I eat
Yes.
fast food.
Does it taste better?
Yes, it does.
Are you saying that the pink spoon that you get at Baskin Robbins is the perfect utensil to eat SpaghettiOs?
How
Yes.
do you use the actual Baskin Robbins pink spoon?
I have a drawer full of them.
Are you a crazy
A
lady?
drawer. When you say a drawer full, do you mean like brimming? Like, oh, I gotta do something with these spoons.
No, I mean it's literally like probably that many.
Okay.
I go and I get my handful of as many as I can get, and
You're
I
a
save
thief
them.
as well as a crazy person.
No, I asked
Are you
them
buying
for
the
it.
appropriate amount of ice cream to go with these little spoons?
No.
Did you
no.
confess that when you got the Tomb
Yes.
Raider gig?
Oh, I didn't tell
Do you
them.
never
They
eat,
might have reconsidered.
do you eat
I
the
almost
ice
got
cream?
a job.
I do eat Baskin Robbins ice cream, but not as many as the pink spoons that I have.
How did this? Is this something? Did your parents start with this?
My grandma. My grandma had one day, and she had it in the drawer, and I was like, oh, I want that spoon. I want the pink one. I want the cute one.
Oh.
And then it started off, and my whole family does it now. We always eat
Wow.
SpaghettiOs with a pink spoon.
You started a family tradition?
Wow.
I did.
I've been trying to do that for years. They won't let anything in. I don't know.
I don't
Sadness
have
at the dinner table.
How many?
I don't have a family.
How many hoops can you fit on a Baskin Robbins spoon?
Like 4.
Oh, that sounds bullshit.
She says like 4. She knows
I wouldn't be
exactly
happy.
4.
She knows exactly
I
how
would
to
I
do
tried
it.
5. It didn't work.
I get a whole bunch of them spoons at one go. That's what I do.
It would make me slow down, which would probably be a good thing.
Yeah, you'd contemplate each hoop.
Yeah,
Maybe that's
yeah,
the thing.
yeah. You gotta
Keep
it
to a
keeps
diet.
it
Smaller utensils.
warm, but not cold,
Keeps it warm but not cold.
Wait,
and not hot, so
Wait,
it
but-
burns your mouth.
if it's really hot, does it warp or melt the plastic spoons?
It can. Yes,
Yeah.
It can.
it can.
That does not sound healthy to eat plasticky, melty spoons.
Well, thank you, Crystal. I feel we learned maybe too much about you, to be honest, but we learned some good things.
Yeah.
I appreciate.
Thank you so much. I had so much fun.
That's a good little editing point right there.
Ah.
If you're still with us on the video, hey, still with the real thing.
Thank
I
you
feel
for
Yeah.
this is just where we live now. I feel in this perpetual
Sure I
conversation.
can get up. I'm not sure.
No, we're trapped here. We are glued down.
Should we just do next week?
It is
Let's just do
never
it all.
gonna
Like we've probably got
end.
new news coming by now. So shall we come? So next week, in a couple of days, well, tomorrow, I'm going to South Dakota. I won't be around for the next couple of weeks. I might do a podcast remotely. We're going to talk about it, but we'll definitely still have podcasts coming every Tuesday. You can go and check us out on all the social medias, on everything, on our URL, on our main website, watch our movies. We are Tessellate. That is what it is. We are Tessellate. 2 S's, 2 L's on everything. Please go to iTunes, type that thing in. Tessellate's the easiest way to do it. Type in Tessellate and Geeks. We'll pop right up there. Subscribe to us. Leave us some ratings. Leave us some reviews. And we, other things. We've got some exciting stuff coming up other than your Games of Thrones. So don't forget about that. So as soon as that goes up, go on iTunes, type in Tessellate and Game of Thrones.
Click that subscribe button.
Yeah, click the little subscribe button. I had something else to say that was exciting. That was going to happen. I can't
Happy
remember.
birthday, Nate! Woo!
It's not my birthday. So not funny.
Fuck, I really have forgotten. I had something good, important to say. I'll just have to splice it in later, I guess. In this little hole right here.
Happy quinceanera, Alex.
Happy what?
Thank
I don't know how to end this now.
Just say
gone
geeks.
so
We'll all
wrong.
yell geeks, and we'll turn the camera off.
Crystal, thank you very much for being our special guest this week.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Putting up with us. Jesten, Alex, Nate, it's been a pleasure. I look forward to seeing you all in a few weeks' time. Geeks!
Geeks! Geeks!
And we're out.
Oh my god.
Holy shit.
Jesus Christ.
It's like the end of Army of Darkness when he emerges and the city
What time is it?
destroyed.
It's tomorrow at 2 in the morning.